it will. Of course, they deleted it. I want to go live anyway. All right, let's edit that. See if it'll let me do that. All right. I never did ask Don what he does.
What do you mean?
Whenever Facebook doesn't want to allow your broadcast to go out, like it just did. So I'll kill that. So I'll just try it again real quick. Save changes. See if it'll let me go out. Maybe.
I should take a picture of, because we switched rooms, so I don't have a desk yet in this room.
Okay.
I'll take a picture and put it on the group chat what this setup looks like right now. But I got
cool. Happening now, it says. Okay, if it's happening now, then I should be able to see it somewhere. Oh, look at that. There we are. We're live. We are live. All right. So, welcome to another Hamityville Hangout. Tonight we are sending in the clowns, and for this occasion, I am wearing my Killer Clowns from Outer Space t-shirt. And beyond that, in honor of clowns, I'll be drinking seltzer water. And I thought that was appropriate. And I wasn't exactly sure where to go with this thing, other than there's about 1 billion clown movies out there. I mean, if you get on Tubi and search the word clown, you will literally find about 40 selections, without even trying, which I find kind of crazy.
Did you see the post from the Don Father there on the Messenger group?
From the who? What?
From Don.
Oh,
no.
Messenger.
I don't know. What did he say? Oh, that's a very nice setup, Ryan.
Yeah. I'm using it more than the cats did.
Push everything back a week. Why would I do that? Why would I push this back a week? That's crazy.
We can talk about something else.
No. I have some clown selections. Okay. And I would like to spend some time discussing those selections. So, does anybody have any idea? Because I was thinking about this. Like, at what point in history do we think that we went from clowns being, lovable or friendly or just pranksters or meant to make you laugh? Did they go to being creepy and horrific and scary?
Exactly. 10 minutes after they were created.
Because they actually go back pretty far. I mean, I just did a quick Google on that, a little while ago, and found out that some of the most ancient clowns can be traced back to the 5th dynasty of Egypt around 2400 BC, which I think is insane. I don't know what they looked like, and I don't know what their job was. There was at one point where clowns were kind of associated a little bit with kind of like the clergy. Not in like Christianity or anything like that, but in some other parts of the world, they were kind of like almost the same. Like a priest could be like a clown, and it was part of their job.
I don't know.
No comment on that.
I almost envision like Medicine Man type stuff. You know what I mean? But I don't know if that's really it. They do mention the Canadian clowning method I see here that was developed by Richard Pochinko, whoever that guy is. I think in America, for the most part, we remember them in the circuses. So has anybody got a circus experience?
Yeah, but not with clowns.
Not with clowns. All right. So that's another topic. All right. For another time.
Nothing like that.
Okay.
So I can tell you in 2 words when clowns became scary.
Okay.
Tim Curry.
Mm-hmm. I think that's probably true for me as well. I can't recall a time before, the It miniseries that I thought clowns were really scary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was used to them being like buffoons, and trying to make you laugh and kind of thinking they were stupid, but but I guess that's what happens when you're a kid and you're like, what the hell am I looking at, and why is this guy dressed so stupid? I don't know. What about you, Ryan? When did you realize that you had a phobia of clowns?
I don't.
Oh, you
I don't
don't?
find them super terrifying. But yeah, I'm with Nicole. I mean, the first scary clown. I know there's earlier examples. The clown juggling its eyes in Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. But I mean, Tim Curry as Pennywise. Everybody, like as a kid, I can remember that coming on the TV and Tim Curry being in the laundry rack, or what's that called when you hang laundry outside? Clothesline.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In between the sheets and the clothesline, like that's one of those early childhood memories that just get embedded.
Okay.
But yeah, I can't say they're super scary overall to me. More buffoonery still, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, they usually make for good movies.
Sure. So, would you say you like clowns? That's all right. Would you say you like clowns, you hate clowns, or you're just indifferent to them?
I feel clowns are like mosquitoes.
Stop.
I hate them, but they're a part of life.
Wow. All right. I feel like I typically I've been indifferent to them over the years, and I can't. I think I take my clowns one at a time. You know what I mean? Some are okay, some are not. And I wouldn't say that I hate clowns. I definitely wouldn't say that. And I've met a few that I like. Nicole, love, hate, or indifferent?
Indifferent. I don't love them, but I don't hate them either. I think the only really scary clown to me was Pennywise,
Mm-hmm.
and that was from, like Ryan said, watching it when you're a kid. It's when the hand came out of the book, like that was it. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't have a phobia of clowns at all.
Okay. Just a curiosity, since that seems to be our biggest source of scary clowns as being It. Anybody read the book?
Yes.
No.
I've actually read it twice.
Okay. I read it once.
Yeah, I read it once, like for real reading, and I listened to it on audiobook.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now that I'm going to ask you to go all douchebaggery and say, hey, is the book better than the movie? But I was just curious. Did you find it more terrifying to read it?
I did. There are several scenes in the book that genuinely creeped me out. Not as a kid. Like as a little kid, sure, you watch it now. It's fun, but it's not exactly going to keep you up at night. The book, there are a couple parts, especially the I don't know if you remember. I think it's when Pennywise becomes the creature from the Black Lagoon, and they find the one kid dead in the ditch, the brother, and Pennywise starts to chase him through the woods. That part really still creeps me out. Just the description of the kid hearing the creature. God, yeah. But again, he wasn't being a clown at that point.
Right. He was just being something else that they feared.
Something else. And the mummy scene. I remember the mummy scene being creepy.
Yeah.
And much creepier in the book.
Yeah.
I prefer the movie over the book.
Okay. Which movie? The miniseries from the 90s?
Both.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I found the book to be way more impactful to me, and it's as you say, there was a lot more scenes that just never made it into the miniseries or the movies. You know, it's almost that book is over 1,000 pages long if you get it in paperback. I mean, it's almost impossible, you know, to really adapt that, you know, to like a 2 or 3 hour movie or even in a 2-part miniseries that they try to do. You just can't recreate that. I mean, maybe we could now. We could do it like give it the Lord of the Rings treatment and make like 3 of them. You know what I mean? If anybody would ever sit through it.
I think the only way you could really do it, and even because the adult portions in both the movies got the short end of the stick, I think the only way to really do it properly and give both both of the generations justice would be to do, I'd even say maybe a 2-season show. Like have season 1 be about the kids and season 2 be about the adults, or do like the book did and intermingle, and then you could, but with 2 full seasons, I think it could give, especially because there is some interesting stuff in the book that happens with the adults, but it just never transfers well onto film.
Yeah, the one thing that I thought was done really well, that was described in the book was when they did the remakes, and we got like It Part 2, and they had the Chinese restaurant scene. That was pretty close to what I remember about the book. That was actually done pretty spot on for me, but I'd have to go back and compare it to the book again, because
the scene is good. The CGI is just, I don't know why they went with that shitty CGI in those movies. You had a guy that had a natural lazy eye and was super creepy. Like, you didn't need to enhance it.
No, you probably didn't. So anyhow, I have a feeling that we're going to have, a handful of movies that basically we've all seen, and, either agree or disagree as to whether or not they're good. I stepped outside of that a little bit, and I tried to watch some clown movies that were not, mainstream or run of the mill. Of course, I sourced them all off of Tubi, so it's not like they were impossible for anybody to find. But there's a lot of indie stuff on there, so I might save some of that and like delve into those and whether or not anybody's seen them. But where do you guys want to start?
Before we start, I'm going to go out and come back in because you guys are frozen to me and it's making me nuts. But give me 30 seconds and I'll be right back. Okay.
Oh no. Okay. So, have you seen a good clown movie?
Yeah, I've got a couple I'm going to be bringing up that I thoroughly enjoy.
Adam.
Well, it was loud. Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Well, it might be my microphone. When I was fighting with it last week, and I realized it was a setting that I had wrong. So maybe my my preamp is way too high. So maybe I'll try to back. Is that any better? Back it off a little bit. All right, let me let Nicole back in. Oh, look. Hey, we got Adam straight from the dunk tank.
He's frozen too.
Oh no.
What is going on?
I'm telling you, I don't know.
Frozen?
And for the first time in forever, like, everybody is coming through crystal clear. I don't know if it's a sunny day and my internet's working better, but like,
Ryan's the only one that's moving for me, and he's choppy.
Oh my God. Yeah. All right. Well, Nicole's having technical difficulties. I'm going to refresh my seltzer water. Anyhow. Ryan, did you mention a movie, or are we going up to Nicole?
No, we were waiting for Nicole. So
okay, Nicole.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Have you seen a good clown movie that you'd like to mention?
I would.
Okay.
I'm going with Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
Oh, yeah.
On the strength of one puppet.
The clown traumatized so many Gen Xers growing up
Mhm.
that it was just, that clown was terrifying.
Agreed.
It was.
I seem to recall the clown puppet in the kid's room. Is that what we're talking about
Yes.
here? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on that last night when he heard the noise and he looked up and the clown was no longer on the chair and he's looking under the bed and it pops up behind him and just wraps its like now 10-foot arm around his neck, and its whole face changed. It went from the smiling clown to the evil clown.
Mhm.
And that was terrifying when I was 10 years old and watching it.
Yeah, yep, that sounds very terrible.
Yes.
I do recall that scene. It's been a minute since I saw it. But I do recall that being one of the creepier parts.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And Oliver Robbins really got strangled. He was suffocating.
Oh wow. Going for realism there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They didn't know it until he started to turn blue.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They should have had a hand signal or something.
Yeah, I know. Like in wrestling, just tap, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
A safe
Exactly.
word.
Yeah.
Red.
Yeah. That sounds.
Or I don't know, maybe just make it so that it was safe to have the clown wrapped around his throat in the first place.
Yeah.
Right. But this is pre-CGI. Everything was done practically, so
Yeah.
shit happens.
Yeah, I guess it
He wasn't the
does.
greatest actor either, so they were probably just going for a really authentic reaction.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might have been. Uh-oh. That didn't. For some reason that's not working. Somebody's trying to come in. Okay, in space, no one can hear you honk. Hey, look at that! It's Claire
And Richard.
and Richard. Look at this. Ah.
I'm a bit drunk. I shouldn't be here.
Ah.
It's never stopped me.
Yep. See, the our two with the most clown experience out of everyone. We have Slutty and Smutty here. So having a good time, are you?
Yeah, it's all right. I can't hear a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
It's
see,
like,
their screen is completely black to me. I can't see anything.
oh my god,
This is pissing me off.
you need a laptop. So, all right. Who else wants to comment on Poltergeist? Is this something you're familiar with, Ryan?
Yeah, I've seen it once or twice.
Mhm.
Yeah, the creepy clown is. I keep forgetting it's in the movie. I don't know. It always. Every time I see it pop up, I'm like, oh yeah, this is the movie where the clown tries to kill the kid. I don't know why I don't share the same love of Poltergeist that everybody else does. I mean, it's good, but I just, yeah, overall, the clown is, meh. I
Yeah.
don't got a lot to say about it. I just,
Okay.
it was better than the clown in the remake.
Better than the clown in the remake.
Thank you.
I don't think I saw the remake, if I'm being honest with you.
So
You're not missing
just
much.
Don't. Okay.
so bad.
Okay. So
That's funny.
yeah.
Finally, there's like a remake I don't mind, and everybody else hates it. It's just so funny how the way the world works.
How, Adam? How?
I
can you
just
not?
don't mind it. I'm a big Sam Rockwell fan, and I just like him
That
in
would
it,
help.
like
Yeah,
in anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell's
And,
great. In it. I'll give him that. Like,
Yeah,
he's
and
not
like
the problem. And
I loved him in it, but I thought he was just wasted
I think I
in
said
the remake.
I
Completely
like
wasted.
I don't know. I got a tad emotional when the brother went after the sister, and he was like, "Oh, it should have been me," or whatever he said. I should have been watching her or whatever, and he ran in. I was like, "Oh, I don't know why. I'm clearly the only one that doesn't hate that movie." So, I didn't leave the theater going, man,
Yeah.
afternoon wasted. I was like, okay, it wasn't too bad.
Well, I can't say that I hate it. I haven't seen it, so.
But I will say, as far as the clown in the original, like 2 scariest scenes in the movie are, the first one when the guy's like ripping his face off in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I was like, where the hell did that come from in this
heavy R scene in the
PG-13
PG
movie?
movie.
Yeah, I was like, what? Like, and the second scariest scene was the clown to me. Anyway,
Okay.
I just thought,
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
great scenes in a great movie.
Claire,
Stay on the moors.
Mrs. Bacon, can you hear me?
Me? Drunk. Hello.
Huh?
Let's see.
Have you
I
seen?
know I could hear. Just
Huh?
like kind of drunk.
Okay.
That's fine.
I should. It's the best one.
Wow. All right. Do you do you have any thoughts on Poltergeist and the clown in Poltergeist? No. She loves it. It was great.
Fantastic.
And we lost Nicole. Where's she at?
Yeah,
Oh man.
I think she's trying to fight with. Maybe she's restarting her whole phone.
That's possible. That's possible. So, yeah. All right. So I may as well. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it for somebody else. I watched I want to say an anthology. Jesus, that's the word I'm looking for. An anthology that actually was an indie film called Shriek Show. Anybody catch that? No.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it.
Don's seen it. And I know we've talked to a couple of people that were actually in that movie. But the wraparound segment of that actually takes place at like a circus tent, out in the middle of nowhere. These people stumble upon, and they're being told stories by a creepy clown dude, in a top hat and coattails and things like that, and with his affected English accent, I should say. That's actually pretty good. If you guys can catch it anywhere, Shriek Show is not bad, and there's some segments in there that are pretty fun. Let me see if I can straighten this out. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Are we all still frozen?
Yes.
Darn it.
Nicole, have you tried completely restarting your phone?
I just did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It hates us. That's what it is.
That's so weird.
It is. I need a laptop.
Yeah, or a tablet or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, weird, because you're coming through clear as a bell.
Uh-huh. So I just dropped Shriek Show on everybody. Have you seen that?
No, I have not.
Okay. All right. It might be on Tubi somewhere. Anyhow, I recommend it. It's got a pretty good clown in it.
Clown
Huh?
love. Clown love.
Clown love.
I love.
Best
I'm
kind.
so drunk. It's like literally don't listen to what I'm saying. I want little brothers, man. It's like fucking carnage.
Oh. Yeah, sounds like there's a lot going on over there.
Man, they're the best. I haven't seen for ages, but it's like carnage. I've gone outside to like real hangout.
Oh. Are you ignoring them to come see us?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I appreciate that. But don't ignore them for too long. You might. Who knows how many years it'll be until you see them again.
We've got Matthew. And Rich.
Hey guys.
What's up, Rich?
All right.
Yeah, so
Right,
drunk.
people.
I'm kind of fit. I expect to be like on a clown hangout, like full of it, but yeah, I'm kind of drunk.
Have a pint from me, mate.
I've had about 58,000 pints for you, mate.
Did you?
Oh
All
my
right.
lord! all in your honor.
And we're out on the open sea in the morning in about what, 6 hours.
Yeah, Rich is off
we're
fishing.
sea fishing in 6 hours.
Yeah, Rich is
Oh,
going.
nice.
Oh my!
Yeah. I can't wait.
I'll be asleep in my bed. But that's
Yeah. I think the sway of the ship will be good for you.
Yeah. That's seasickness and vomiting waiting to happen.
Yeah. To be fair, Rich is like super for our
Make
youngest.
sure you eat a big breakfast before you go.
Traditional English breakfast.
Bangers and yeah.
Bangers and mash.
Don says he's sorry he misses you
Oh.
guys.
Nicole.
Yeah, he's-
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. I can't. You're frozen, so I can't see you.
Not that little.
No, it's not Laura.
Hey,
It's
we got-
31, so
Mhm.
but that's my nephew.
Mhm.
Cute.
And then Big Dave's Interweb says, "What a clown show!" So I guess we are.
I'm kind of here. I feel bad. Should
Huh?
like get here.
So you bloody shut
Oh, don't worry about
Fuck off.
it. There is some background noise there.
Yeah, it's busy and it's loud.
Mhm. Okay.
I'm out.
Yeah. That's right. So, all right. So, where the hell did I leave off?
Freak show.
Okay. Yeah. So we got Poltergeist out of you, Nicole.
Yep.
And for some stupid reason, I jumped in and threw out Shriek Show. So, Ryan, where are you at?
Um,
I will see you of it.
I'm gonna throw out Hell House LLC.
What is it?
Hell House LLC. Anybody else seen it? Found footage
Hell-
film?
Hell House.
Yeah.
Yes. I did
What's
see
that?
I want
You're on
live.
a fucking live thing.
Yeah, because I want like.
I think I have seen it. Hell House. Oh.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah, where they went to they found like an abandoned place and they got
Yeah,
like
they're making a haunt out of it.
permission to
Haunt,
turn
right.
it into a haunt. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got these 3 clown dummies that for the bulk of the movie just sit on the floor doing nothing, but occasionally they'll see one standing in a hallway where it shouldn't be, or one of them they realize the heads have moved even though the heads aren't supposed to be able to move. It's just one of those examples of such a subtle little thing can make such eerie
Yes. Hold on. You are absolutely right. So I'm gonna try to supplement what you're talking about right now. This will be good. Well, maybe everyone will see it, but Nicole. How about this? No. Darn it.
Nope.
That's not what that's supposed to do.
Game Pass.
These.
Yeah,
Those
guys.
clowns. Yeah. Which that's not going to stay on my screen for very long because this thing hates me. All right. Anyhow. So, yeah. That is the way they are. They were pretty creepy clowns. And they looked like there was people like in those suits even when they were just sitting there doing nothing. So I assume that there were. And I think the moment I even thought one of those turned their heads and looked at me, I would get the fuck out of there. Like that.
Oh, yeah, these guys stayed in there way too long.
They totally did.
I think it was about minute 15, and I've been like, "What? Nothing is worth this."
Yeah. So, would you recommend this movie?
Absolutely. And I recommend the sequel, and I recommend part 3. Because by the time you get to part 3, you get full on like Jesus allegories, and it's so stupid. It's you almost get like full on Luke Skywalker versus the Emperor in Return of the Jedi level of ridiculousness by the time you get to the finale of the third. I absolutely recommend all 3 of them. And I mean, if you've got it in you, watch all 3 back to back. It is a fun night. As long as you don't hate found footage, because it's a lot of footage.
Yeah. Well,
I've only seen the first one, I think.
I think they're all on Shudder. They might even be
that makes sense.
They might even be on Tubi.
Yeah. It could be. I can't remember where I saw Hell House. I only saw the first one, so I'm in the same boat as Adam.
Yeah, I know part 3 was a Shudder original for a while, but I don't know if it's found its way elsewhere.
So yeah, I guess we lost Claire and Richard. I'll apologize to them later for muting their mic, but that background noise was killing me.
I thought she muted it.
No, I did it. So anyhow, so but I couldn't hear anything. So apologies.
No, it was getting
apologies. Yeah,
sober Claire will understand.
Yes, I think she will.
Yeah.
Drunk Claire might start swimming into the ocean after
you. She might.
Gets a friggin' like one of those emergency alerts on his phone for an unrecognized object flying across the ocean.
Like when Godzilla's about to attack.
Nessie.
Awesome. So awesome.
But yeah, no, Hell House LLC, definitely recommend the whole trilogy. It's a yearly watch for me. And even non-horror fans seem to like it. Jen always has a blast when we watch them. So
Yearly. You really do like it.
I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, now that you mention it, I probably ought to make time to watch the other Hell Houses.
I liked it enough to watch the sequels.
Yeah.
I thought it was a one and done.
There's a consensus there. Nicole, did you see Hell House? Did we have this?
I did not.
You
no.
Did not.
Sorry.
We think that you should.
I just wrote.
Are we moving yet? Or are we still frozen for you?
Oh.
No, you're all still frozen completely.
Yeah. You're
we
frozen.
Making really goofy faces, very goofy frozen faces.
Yeah.
Adam a little bit, yeah.
That figures.
He's looking off to the side like he's pouting.
James is telling us that all the Hell Houses movies are on Tubi. So
hi, Jim.
Thank you, James.
Tubi, the godsend. Tubi.
Fucking love Tubi. I use it all the time. It's like I pay for all these different movie services, and I should just get rid of all of them because I only ever look at Tubi.
None of them beat Tubi.
I laughed my ass off when I saw that meme.
Paul Flix.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Paul Flix is awesome too.
Paul Flix is great.
The random stuff that just like because I fall asleep to Tubi all the time. So I fell asleep watching Fern Gully: The Last Rainforest, and I woke up, had to rush out for work, so I didn't even have a chance to touch my TV. I get into my bedroom the next night. Tubi is currently playing I'm on season 3 of the Tom Sawyer anime from the 80s. And my Tubi algorithm has never been the same since I did that.
That is weird.
So it just keeps recommending me just all these ridiculous kid shows.
Oh.
I used to love just picking a movie on Tubi and then just letting it's in God's hands now. Once your movie's over, and then the higher power will choose my next movie, and then over and over, and I'll just sit there and be like, very rarely was I ever like, oh man, I wish I wasn't watching this.
Yeah, I think it's autoplayed some stuff for me that I turned off quickly, but my algorithm is messed up on there because I purposely search things and then watch stuff that's not great, and then it will recommend something else that's not great for me, and then
big old rabbit hole of shit.
Yeah, it just keeps going in that direction. So I'll have to cleanse my my Tubi app here by watching something mainstream.
My recommended for you list is always like, do you want to watch Howard the Duck or do you want to watch this documentary on Jeffrey Dahmer?
Oh my God.
Like,
Yeah.
Ah,
You're gonna turn on like Forrest Gump or something. Your television's just gonna explode. Like what?
exactly. Get a notification on my phone. Is this really you?
Well, Adam, how do you feel about clowns since we're on this subject? You love them, hate them, or you're indifferent?
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of apathetic about clowns. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't like you hardly ever see them anymore unless it's a scary movie. Like there aren't just regular clowns
true.
walking around anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody gets clowns for like a birthday party or I mean,
Yeah.
right? Like does anyone
No, unless it's in a movie, like
Right.
Stitches
like
the
they'll still
clown.
do that in a movie. Well, like
Yeah.
they'll get like a clown and like balloon animals and stuff, but like nobody ever really does that in real life anymore.
Not
Just-
since Tim Curry.
Just
Yeah.
before the pandemic, I went to an event that had a clown. Nobody was around them. I walked past them and they gave me a card and asked me to let my friends know that they were available for hire. So I don't think the clown business is doing great.
No,
No.
but there's still clown colleges.
Ever a thing?
I think so, wasn't it? Clown college?
Yeah, I think that I think that is a thing, and the only reason I say that is because of Steve-O from Jackass. I think he went to a clown school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teaches you how to drink a fifth of vodka a day and
Yeah, and fall off of a balcony or something like that.
Regrettable life choices.
But no, I'm not even making that up. I'm pretty sure he talks about it in like a comedy special that he did.
I seem to recall something about that, yeah.
yeah.
So, all right. So, since you're indifferent to clowns, how do you feel about clown horror movies, and which one would you like to talk about?
Clown horror movies. I'll be honest. For the most part, there's a few shining examples. I'm not going to go through them because obviously that would undercut some of our conversation points. But other than like a few shining examples, I'm not. I'm not the biggest fan of the genre, if you can even call it that. Like, is it even a genre?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, it almost is now. Yeah. Doing a clown slasher.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there are a lot of like B movies that are still made, and but the one I wanted to bring, I don't know if I need to wait until 9:00 or not.
No.
It's
No.
all right, fine. How about The Crow?
You know what?
Doesn't he kind of?
That's a fair point. The way he does his eyes.
He
and
paints his
definitely.
face. He paints his
Yeah.
face up to look like a clown mask that he had.
Yeah. Let me look that up real quick. Since we need some visual aids here.
I think Adam just picked the best movie about a clown there is. So it's all downhill from here.
Yeah. I mean, I know that's kind of a cop out, but I don't know when the next time we're ever going to have an opportunity to talk about The Crow, and it doesn't really fit a whole lot of other.
No. It's definitely horror adjacent.
Yeah.
It's dark, it's dreary,
Mhm.
constantly raining.
Right.
Yeah.
Constantly raining.
And James says The Crow is more like a mime with an attitude.
Well, to
I
be fair,
agree.
I mean, a mime with an attitude is basically a clown.
Right.
It kind of is, yeah. Mimes were just one of the steps along the way in the evolution of the clown, as far as I'm concerned. But
Came
they
out of
still
the
exist.
ocean as a mime, and then it evolved thousands of years later.
Sure.
Are mimes considered clowns?
I don't know if they're specifically considered clowns, but they do get mentioned when I was looking up, the history of the clown, trying to come up with something to talk about with this, other than just, hey, let me tell you about this shitty movie I saw. Let's see. All right. So The Crow. Yeah.
I
No.
can put it on a shelf of movies that like everyone likes to talk about in horror groups, but that aren't necessarily horror, like
Mhm.
Beetlejuice and stuff like that. Like I don't have a problem like if anyone ever like puts it in a horror group. Like I'm not like what are you doing? There's clearly there are horror elements at play in the movie and horrific scenes. I mean,
Yeah.
every like so many wanton acts of violence and murder.
Yeah. No, I'd agree. I say you're right. I mean, essentially, he's dead and he's a vengeful spirit.
Yeah, it's a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. If people call Seven a horror movie, then The Crow definitely is a horror movie.
Right. Yeah.
No, I won't argue with that. And it's a shame that that's the last thing that we got out of Brandon Lee, because I think that was one of his best.
This was the one that was going to catapult him into the stratosphere.
That would have launched him.
Yeah.
I mean, he had done things before, like he even like co-starred in a movie with Dolph Lundgren.
I saw that
what
one.
I mean? You saw that one too? Okay.
Yeah.
And none of those things really hit like this thing did. I definitely think The Crow is something special.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure The Crow created Hot Topic, didn't it?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
The Crow created Hot
There was one guy watching The Crow, and he's like, I could sell that to angsty teenagers.
Yeah. This is the article that picture was attached to is called "Some Like It Goth," and it's about how The Crow transcended the tragic on-camera death of its star to become a superhero classic. And yeah, definitely. So we've all seen The Crow.
Yeah, I bet everyone's all seen The Crow.
Pretty sure.
Oh, you've seen The Crow. You've never seen The Crow?
Whoa, you're kidding, right?
No, I'm not kidding. I'm sorry.
Oh wow,
I've never seen it.
you might like it. You might like it.
I'm going to get my horror membership card revoked.
That's funny. Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
I know.
Mm-hmm. So I think I'm going to skip myself, since I threw one out there in the middle of the mix there when it was not my turn. So I'm going to go back to Nicole. Where do you want to go
I'm
now?
amazed you haven't booted me.
Why would I do that?
Because I haven't seen The Crow.
I'm gonna have to take a time out from these William Sadler movies 1 week and put the freaking Crow on. All right.
Hey, William Sadler movies are the only movies. All right. I apologize.
You're
up.
fine. You're fine.
Oh, I'm up.
Yeah.
You're up.
Sorry.
Apologize for that too.
What's that?
No, go.
I'm actually going to bring up one that I really did not like at all, and that was Terrifier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh.
Are you talking specifically the first one?
Both.
Okay.
I'm not a fan. I don't understand why he's scary. Unless you have a clown phobia, but yeah, not a great clown movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
I know I'm on the outs in this one because
Well,
it's
that's
so
okay.
popular now.
Well, I don't think Adam likes it either.
I hate them.
Good.
I take some issue with it. I do think Art is an interesting clown character, and I do think he has some creepy mannerisms, and his makeup is good. But they are just brutal fucking movies. You know what I mean? And they go a little far for my taste, definitely. So I can agree with you that there's some issues. I don't know if I hate them, but it's not something that I'm going to rush out and watch again because I'm not really into the torture thing.
I'm not either, and he's just not scary. I don't understand why everyone thinks he is so creepy and scary. He's not.
All right. Ryan, thoughts on Terrifier?
I like them. Maybe I do have a clown phobia because I do find art creepy.
I think it's
that moment where in Terrifier, when she walks out of the bathroom and Art's just standing there by the front foyer and he's not moving, that gets under my skin. Stuff like that, I don't like that at all. I love the music, like the clashes, the bangs, like sirens, just everything going on. I find the movies to be very chaotic, and that appeals to me. I like a movie that just feels disjointed. Something almost like Natural Born Killers. It's just kind of going at it's doing its own thing. And the All Hallows Eve, the anthology film before Terrifier, that I think is the best Art the Clown performance. And it's not even by the guy who played him in Terrifier and Terrifier 2.
Oh, okay. I got to go back and watch that one because I think I started it, but I didn't get very far. It must have been a late night and I was falling asleep
If you
during it.
didn't like the torture aspects of Terrifier, you're not going to like it's just offensive.
That's I'm actually kind of surprised you like it, considering some of the other movies you
like I flat out said, I will not be.
Yeah, like some of the French horror films we were talking about, like Martyrs and Inside, which are pretty ultra violent. And
I find the French horror films hit a little more real. Like there's art. Like to me, the Terrifier movies are just there's no impact behind any of the kills.
Right.
Because these are characters you don't give a shit about. These are people that are basically just buckets of meat that are there for the special effects. I'm a-okay with that. Bring that on. With the French Extreme, they do such a good job of making these characters that you care about, and I don't want to see those people get wrecked.
Yeah,
that's why I can't do French Extreme cinema for the most part. Whereas Terrifier, it's just all it's a special effects show. And I like that.
Yeah.
Buckets of meat might be one of my favorite things you've ever said. Anyhow, all right. Adam, how do you feel about Terrifier? Did we get that out of you?
Not really. I don't particularly care for them. I kind of feel like you know how like some movies get made and it's like, you know, that they sat down and intended to like make a cult classic, like it, not like a cult classic that like you gain through like attrition throughout the years. Just like let's just do what we can to make this movie a cult classic. They kind of did that. Like they wanted to make a horror icon, and like that's all that they kind of stopped there. Like that's kind of where the thought process ends, because all those movies are just like special effects highlight reels. It just splatter effects with no really interconnecting story. I've never been a gore hound. I've never been a horror fan that seeks that stuff out. You know, if it's you know, a part of the story that like emphasizes the horror of the situation, like in like Day of the Dead, like the Romero zombie films, or you know, stuff like that, then you know I can appreciate it. But like, you know, I'm not into just sitting there for almost 2 hours and just seeing people get tortured and cut in half and mutilated in all these creative ways when there really isn't any like gripping story to take you to the next scene. Like there really was, you know, it's just a cat and mouse game that just goes on and on and on and on and on. And you know, it's as inventive as some of the killings are. I kind of found myself getting bored by the midpoint of the movie. Just like, all right, is something else going to happen here, or is he just going to pluck somebody else's eyes out? Like we've already seen this 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it the runtime that's the issue with you, or?
I just wish there was more to it. I just wish there was more of a story, more of a mythology, maybe.
So how do you? Yeah, I guess the mythology thing. Because how do you feel about the Friday the 13th films?
I'm not the hugest fan of those either. But I will. Those are different though, to me, just because of like the times that they were made. They're kind of like time capsule movies, like 80s time capsule movies.
So they're grandfathered in.
Yeah, they're kind of I guess. And I mean, there is a lore to them, and it's almost just like the Hammer Dracula movies. I always enjoyed the creative ways they brought Jason back from like the ending from the, I don't know, like there was a connective tissue and some creativity with bringing Jason back and that kind of thing. But you're right. There's not a whole lot of story going on there either. In Friday the 13th,
it's basically the same story for about the first 6 movies,
but,
and then they tried to get creative, and people got pissed
gore
off.
isn't quite as it's not nearly as extreme.
No, it's
so
not.
You're not just sitting there, watching a human being get dissected for 20 minutes. It's like he kills someone and moves on.
Yeah,
and it's more and this. I don't revel in like a character's pain.
Right.
I can't really enjoy that unless the character deserves it. Like, did the character kill a dog or something? Then go to town. But like, if he hasn't, as far as I know, these characters don't deserve to have, a saw go through her from her vagina down to her skull.
True.
I don't think she deserved that.
I actually, when I heard about that scene was going to be in the movie, I was surprised how tame it was compared to what I was picturing in my mind.
Like, I've seen worse than like Bone Tomahawk and stuff like that.
Oh my God, Bone Tomahawk, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But it's just death after death after death, and that's all it is. And I at this point in my life, I'm an old man. I need more. I just need more for a movie to keep me engaged.
The one thing I will give Terrifier 2 is the kid who played the younger brother and the main girl. They did a really great job. I mean, they could act pretty good.
I still have to see the second one.
Yeah,
and I will. I want to. I'm interested enough to see the second one.
Yeah, they had good performances. I agree.
Yeah,
yeah, and that I like the new clown in it. The creepy little girl one.
The girl.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, you're not
going to get there's going to be a lot of the little girls dressed up like that this Halloween, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, for sure.
It's going to be Wednesday and
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be like all the Hot Topic girls will be dressed as Wednesday, and all the like really antisocial girls will be the Terrifier.
Yeah, we'll get some other
Wednesday Value Village is going to be the clown from Terrifier 2.
You get some other ones dressed as Megan, And...
Oh yeah, Megan.
Oh yeah, the Freegan.
Yeah. Oh, Jim agrees with you. Gore for gore's sake, not entertaining.
Thank you, Jim.
Fist bump, Jim.
Fist bump. And Claire says, "Hey guys." So,
hi, Claire.
Hi, Claire.
She said something about maybe coming back on, but I haven't seen her yet. So,
I mean, gore for gore's sake, I'll admit, like, I'm not entertained by it, but I do find it. I like to, when I'm seeing this happen, I like to think about how it's like watching John Carpenter's The Thing. You're trying to figure out how they're doing these techniques. And that's the part I like with these gore flicks.
Yeah.
I like to figure out how they've managed to pull these off.
Right.
I do that all the time. I love just sitting here trying to figure out how it was done. But you have to say the bedroom scene in part 2. Cool. Adam, you have been warned.
I've actually seen it.
It's probably the most graphic thing I've ever seen.
And watched it. Yeah.
Bad.
And he brings like the bleach.
Yeah.
Bleach. See, the thing that elevates the Terrifier franchise for me over, like I said, these gore flicks. Because again, I like to know how it's done. The Terrifier, the special effects are very good in these movies.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
someone took their time with him.
I mean, I
and
can't take anything away from that.
That's the part I find interesting, though. I'm not, because I agree with you guys. I'm not in it just for the sake of gore.
Yeah. If they just spent a little bit more time on, and I haven't seen the second one, but I'm assuming story is the weak
You get a
part of
little
the
bit
movie,
more.
just like the first. Yeah, just build it
It's
up a little
odd.
bit more and
More questions.
It's odd. It jumps around and you don't know what's going on. And
with a character like Art, like you should learn a little bit about him. Like you don't have
yeah,
to
we know
like
we still know nothing.
you don't have to like pull the curtain out from and reveal his entire whatever, but just a little tidbits here and there about where he came from. Stuff that you can like talk to your friends about. Like
Yeah.
maybe it's this, maybe it's that, but isn't that interesting? And instead it's just like, it's not even a talking point,
Yeah. Makes no sense and no explanation for anything.
Like his origin
after
should be
two
a talking
movies.
point, and it isn't because the writer of that movie isn't curious enough to like even think one up. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
Hi, Claire.
Hey, I'm eating food. I'm here.
Fantastic.
Very good. Very good.
I'm hungry.
Hey,
I'm drunk and
hey.
hungry.
Eat up. Eat up. Yep. For
this could be
sure.
like
Oh, I'm hearing myself though. We've got an echo over there. Ooh. Let me
I
mute
just
that for a
heard
second.
that 3 seconds after you said it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Claire's
So-
echoing. Oh, is she trying to say something
Yeah.
now?
Oh, she might
she
be.
turned she muted her mic.
Yeah.
Nope.
Hi.
What are you eating? Mutton chop.
Carry on. I'm good.
She's good.
Fish and chips.
What are you guys eating?
Fish and chips.
Foxtail.
I'm eating ravioli on toast because I'm like quite drunk.
Oh.
Who brought up Terrifier?
Um,
I did.
Nicole did.
Nicole did. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, Terrifier is something else. And I think
Are they going to make a part 3?
I mean, part 2 was a huge success.
They
so-
probably would. Yeah.
I think they definitely would. I was kind of feeling like that maybe that wasn't the character that they were thinking was going to take off from what they were making, but
Yeah.
it seemed to get a big response, and that's why they made a movie just for Art the Clown with the first Terrifier. Maybe they got their big response from Hallows Eve, and we're like, hey, we can make a whole movie out of this thing.
Mhm.
And then it just got steam from there. So I kind of think that it just tested well, and they're like, let's run with it.
Yep. It's a
yeah.
moneymaker.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
I think Claire's saying something.
Yeah, Claire's saying something. Claire, what's up?
I don't know. Somebody keeps moving my mic. Like my
Well,
Oh.
that's me, but that's only because we keep hearing ourselves echoing back in. You got something else planned?
because I'm just on my shit phone, mate.
Oh, maybe. How do you
Kind
feel
of
about
half
Terrifier?
drunk and like on my phone. We usually do Rich's because mine's terrible.
Oh, I got you.
So,
How do you
but yeah,
how do you feel about
it's kind of like
Terrifier?
mute clown thing. It's kind of I get it.
Yeah. Do you like Art the Clown?
I love Art the Clown, but well, we'll be honest. When I filmed Sully, like it literally being out the first one, 3 months. If you look at that, and it was like a kind of like you my heart. It was a big thing in the first time movie. Kind of it. I don't know anything else. Like, it's kind of, I felt like it's copying because, like, it's mute. Is that?
Okay.
But, like, I haven't the second one yet. Got the download right there to watch. I got there. To be honest, I'm not prepared tonight. But the first one, like, some of the kills, I love the first one. I kind of like the mute clown thing. It's a thing for me. I like the mute. I like the non-verbal.
Yeah, I agree that there's something a little bit more unnerving about a creepy clown that doesn't say anything.
Yeah, it's more sinister.
Yeah. I don't know if it was going to come up or not, but American Horror Story, with Twisty.
Mhm.
He
Right,
never
Twisty.
said a damn thing.
It's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Well, he couldn't.
Yeah.
No, that kind of, for me, non-verbal is great. In any, not even clown. Non-verbal means like, you know, you can portray it so much differently. It's like that kind of constant dread for a non-verbal character, especially with clowns. I love that shit. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I do. You know? Where's Don?
He's not well. He has no voice.
Oh, bless him.
So, yeah, he didn't come on tonight because he wasn't going to be able to talk.
Yeah.
That's what I
Bless
said.
him. Because I know it's kind of like his idea, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. All right. So we're still on Terrifier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. What the hell happened to CBR? Because I think it's his turn.
Things are running smoothly tonight.
Yes,
Aren't
they are.
they?
They are. Yeah. Yeah, the echo thing is kind of getting to me.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so Ryan must have stepped away. I guess we can skip him for the time being. Adam, would you like to throw another one into the mix?
Sure. Let's see. This is a pretty good one. It's actually a movie. It's called Clown. It was made in 2014. About a guy who finds an old clown suit in a trunk.
Mhm.
And we were just talking about this, how like people don't get clowns for their children's birthday parties anymore. But like he actually like he's a little down and out. He doesn't have a lot of money, so he's like, I'm just gonna dress up like a clown for my kid's birthday party with this clown suit that he finds. And once he puts on the clown suit, he finds that he can't take it off.
Ooh.
And slowly, like he slowly turns. It's kind of like you know how like The Fly, Jeff Goldblum slowly starts gaining the attributes of a fly, and he starts changing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. He like slowly starts getting the attributes of like your stereotypical evil clown, like slowly but surely. And towards the end, he's just like full on like chasing them with like mallets and stuff. It's pretty interesting. And he's got a big rubber nose, and he can't take it off, and he's like trying to like cut it like the nose off, and like he's bleeding because it's like part of him now. It's like it's like body horror mixed with I guess just body horror, but it's really good. It's pretty good, interesting little movie.
Yeah. You said Clown from 2014?
Clown from 2014.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Maybe
That sounds interesting.
Oh, well, what is this? He turns into a clown demon that eats children.
Yeah.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Thank you,
And
Jim.
ridiculous.
And I didn't want to ignore this comment from earlier. I just don't know anything about it. Big Dave's Interweb says the last clown movie he saw was 82's Pagliacci. And I have no idea what that is. I may have to look that up and try to figure it out. It sounds Italian.
Does it sound Italian? Sounds like there's some tomato sauce on that.
Yeah, there might be. And I don't think that 82 was the only time that movie was done. I was sitting here trying to Google search it and looked like there was another movie of the same name that was done in the 30s. So it
Might have been a remake.
might be.
Did Claire get up, or did she just slump over on the couch?
No, she got up, walked away, probably to take her dishes to the kitchen. You know.
Oh, okay.
Probably mad at me again for muting her mic. I don't know. But that shit was driving me crazy. Anyhow. Anybody else see Clown?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
And that's right. You said it's good.
Yeah, it is good. No, Adam's right. It's kind of fun, honestly. Like all this really messed up stuff happens, but the movie just manages to keep a tone that just kind of makes you root for the guy almost. By the time he's killing children, you're like, yeah, probably.
Oh.
Well, it's almost like, oh, well, he tried.
Yeah, he tried. I mean,
he tried everything he could humanly do to not let this happen. And it happened anyway, so
yeah,
might as well just sit here and enjoy him killing children indiscriminately.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I've seen the cover art, and that's definitely on Tubi. So I might have to check that one out later.
A watch.
Yeah. All right, I'll write it down. Cool. All right, Ryan, we skipped you. You had stepped away. Do you want to throw another one out for us?
Yeah, because just like Adam with The Crow, this is probably the only time I'll get to bring this movie up. I absolutely adore this movie. Spawn, with Michael Jai White and John Leguizamo as Clown. And sorry, Claire, if you are listening, John Leguizamo as Clown is my number one performance of a clown in a movie. I absolutely love him in it. The physical prowess of that man to be in that suit, it could not have been comfortable for him.
Yeah.
And he just gives it 110. He ate real maggots. He didn't have to.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the maggots on the pizza were real. Oh.
Yeah. Did he? Do I remember correctly? He dipped them in mayonnaise.
I hope so.
Hey!
No, he just pulls he finds the pizza in the trash and pulls it out, and it's got maggots writhing on it, and he just goes for it.
Huh. Oh,
sorry, Nicole.
Sorry, Nicole.
Anyway, we're not going to talk about that scene anymore. But yeah, his terrible one-liners. The makeup effects are amazing on him. I don't know. Was it KMD that did the effects for Spawn?
That's a good question. Let me see.
But no, Spawn is the source material is a lot darker and a lot better. The animated Spawn with Keith David is phenomenal, but I do have a soft spot for John Leguizamo running around in that clown outfit.
I don't know, but wow, Patrick Tatopoulos worked on it. If that name is familiar, it's probably because you watched the show Face Off. He's a guest judge quite often on there.
I thought you were talking about the movie with Nick Cage and John Travolta.
No. The competition TV show for special effects.
Did we lose Claire?
It looks like it.
Oh.
I promise I didn't mute her again.
Okay, she might be drunk. I'm not sure.
That's a fact. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt. She's had a few.
We love you, Claire.
Yes, we do. Spawn. You
Yeah,
know,
sorry, has
I
anybody else seen Spawn?
have seen it, but it's been a minute. I don't remember a lot about it.
I
should
was just gonna say, like, The Crow and Spawn are there two more better representations of just like '90s grunge like cinema. Like those movies are so '90s. The effects, you know, the effects in Spawn are not good. No,
What?
the clown makeup is very good.
The practical effects are
His character
great.
is clown. Yeah, the practical effects are great. Like all the
CGI.
hell stuff, like all this stuff, like in hell.
Oh
Like
god,
I'm
yeah, when
just
they
like,
get to hell,
oh
and there's
man,
Bozo.
I can almost
No.
hear the AOL start up in the background.
Well, there's that scene. If you
That
go back and watch
screeching
it,
noise.
that scene where all the other Hell Knights rise.
Yeah.
I swear, there's noticeable lag on them. Like it can't. The whatever computer they used couldn't render that many images at once.
Yeah,
And they're just all janky as hell.
yeah.
Oh, God,
It's very like Lawnmower Man
Oh,
when he
yeah,
goes
that
to
is-
hell. You know what I
That is
mean?
pretty bad
Yeah.
looking. But,
But like Spawn himself
Violator.
looked pretty good,
Yeah.
and
the CGI for Violator wasn't terrible.
no.
But yeah, that's obviously where all the money went. Was
Actually, in that
everything
little
else.
5-second preview, the effects looked a lot better than I remembered. Honestly,
Oh,
you're
That's a
remembering
little
hell
thumbnail.
because yeah, they did not show hell in that 5
yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
it
Everything
looks
was-
better when you shrink it down, you know.
That's what I always tell the girls.
Shrink it down, run it at 240p. Yeah, you shrink it down, it looks great.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, seriously, yeah, if you shrink anything down and run it at 240p, it's going to look fantastic.
Damn right. That's why I want to watch Terminator 2 on VHS. So, anyhow. All right.
I'm not a 4K purist, by the way.
No.
Like these people that will only watch movies in like Blu-ray and high definition. Like I'm still watching movies that I had when I was 14 on VHS. I still have a VCR. I still have like, I don't know.
I still got a VCR
That's
and
cool.
CRT
Sometimes
TV.
movies have more character that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
No,
was some guy in
I-
in your Facebook group that was
Yeah.
like shooting on someone for owning The Stand on DVD.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
He's
who
like,
the fuck wants to watch The Stand in 4K?
you don't have the 4K of Ghoulies 3 Go to College. Like,
Yeah.
like dude,
What are you even doing with your life?
No, there are some things where I think a video format is good. Fuck.
Or
Yeah,
even 35 millimeter.
so I
Yeah.
don't even know where I came from out of with that, but I don't know.
No, I think we were talking about how shitty Spawn looked.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I guess
like
that's
how much better Spawn looks, the lower quality you get.
Right. All right. Well, I guess we have come back around to me, unless we have more we want to say on Spawn. I'm going to go ahead and toss out one that I watched. It actually took me like a couple of days to get through it. I'm not proud of that. You know how there's like 600 Amityville movies? I watched
Mhm.
Amityville Clown House.
Oh god.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Did
if I
Did you
can
watch
remember.
this just because of the Hangout, Clint, or was it
Pretty
something that
much,
you-
pretty
okay,
much, yeah.
All right.
I
mean-
watched it a few years back. Yeah, that one's like that was one of the earlier Amityville ones, wasn't it? Wasn't it from like 2018 or 2019?
I think you're right. I think it might have been 2018. You know, and I don't want to, you know, dump on the guy who made it. It's a Dustin Ferguson movie. And kudos to him for making a movie. It's out there available. It's on Tubi. You can see it. I had some issues with this one. Holy shit, man.
You can't all
Well-
be gems.
I know, but it's just some of the stuff that I just don't like to see in films. You know, like abuse of women. You know what I mean? It's like, even though it was almost comical to a degree, because like the sound effect that they put over top of it clearly was something that they sampled from somewhere else. It was this super like loud, like smacking sound. I don't know, like maybe somebody hitting a 2x4 against something. I don't know. It was like watching the Three Stooges whenever they played a sound effect like that. And it all stemmed from the main character purchased one of those like cymbal crashing monkeys from a pawn shop or something like that. The store owner was actually Mark Patton, so that was cool. I got to see Mark Patton. Yeah, so it was purchased from an estate sale, and of course it's possessed, and it took over the dude in the house. Of course, they opened up with somebody who dressed like a clown for his child's birthday, and I guess he became possessed in this house and shot his family to death. So I guess that's why they were calling it Clown House. But to me, that was like one of the only times you saw a clown in the movie. You didn't really see it a lot throughout the rest of it. It was just this dude who was going crazy and killing people. So anyhow, Amityville Clown House. You can choose to see it. You can choose not to.
Choose to see it. You can choose not to.
I choose not to.
I choose not to.
I don't remember much of it at all.
Yeah.
I thought I saw it, but after you've explained it, maybe I didn't.
I don't know. Well,
are there other Amityville movies? Is it like
yes, and they actually reference some of the other ones. Yeah, they reference some of the other ones in this. Now, what was that one that we watched? Oh, shit. Damn it. I don't know. I want to say
it was Amityville Thanksgiving?
No.
That one's good. I like that.
It was like Amityville in the Hood or something like. I can't remember what it was. It's something like that. Yeah, where
take Amityville to the Hood.
Yeah, well, it was like demon possessed weed. So like these folks broke into like I guess the Amityville house and stole some of the weed that was growing there, and it was possessing people whenever they smoked it. So yeah, see what I'm talking about? So there's a few of them out there. And
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay, some of them are fun. You know what I mean?
I like Amityville in space.
And I was expecting to kind of have fun with this one, but I really didn't. I was hoping that I would, but I just didn't.
Just didn't happen.
Sorry, Dustin. I don't mean to shit on your movie, but
what other movies did he make?
Another one that I watched, believe it or not, it was called Clown Chainsaw Massacre. So yeah, and it was a shorter film. That was one of the things I kind of picked on about Hamityville Clown House. It seemed like he was trying to make a feature and didn't quite have enough to make a feature. And then at the end, it was like there was over 8.5 minutes of credits. So I was like, that's a little excessive. Why do we need 8.5 minutes of credits? And I felt they were just slowed down to make it longer or something. Because I mean, I don't know why you would do that, but he didn't even bother to do that with Clown Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, that was like 40 minutes. Like it was a short film. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's all you got, I don't mind if you made a short movie. And it's like I'd rather you made a short movie and then throw a whole bunch of fluff in and then try to turn it into a feature when you didn't have enough for that.
But one of the biggest things about streaming now and independent film is that it's given creators so much freedom in making the movie they want to make, and they don't have to stick to these old school runtimes. And I really wish more of them would take advantage of that, because like a lot of these Amityville movies don't need to be an hour and a half.
Right.
There's absolutely no reason for it.
Yeah. How long do you need to tell your story?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got a 40-minute movie, make it a 40-minute movie.
Right. Yep. I'm perfectly fine with that. If I see it and I'm like, oh, it's only 35 minutes. Fuck yes, I'll watch it.
Like, what am I going to do with all this extra time on my hands? 40 minutes.
I'm going to watch another 35-minute one.
Yeah, that's right.
It took me 2 hours to settle on this movie. It's over in 40.
Full afternoon just shot.
Tell It's interesting that he always does clown something. Like clown is always like, did he just find a box of clown stuff and he was like, I'm gonna do something with this?
I have
I
no
know.
idea.
Why is it always clowns?
And since we're talking about it, yeah, Clown Chainsaw Massacre. I was not intentionally picking, something made by the same guy, but as soon as I started it and I saw his name in the credits, like, oh shit, how did I do
The
that
same
again?
guy, yeah.
I think it was just I was selecting by title and anything that jumped out at me. So if anything, I'd say he's really good at putting clickbait out there for you to
Right.
give you a title that's going to draw you in, that makes you want to watch it. So
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, sorry.
it's all right. So and Clown Chainsaw Massacre was essentially him paying homage to all his favorite movies. I think he just made it with a clown.
I respect that.
Yeah. So the clown had a real Leatherface look to it. It was a stockier guy. The mask looked like it was sewn together. That type of deal. And this took place. I guess he was attacking college people at a party. And it was on Halloween. So like some of the scenes walking through the town were filmed kind of like Halloween. Like your stalker vision, from behind a character who's walking, things like that. So, I mean, there was some cool elements to it, and I didn't hate it.
It's only 40 minutes.
It's only 40 minutes, so maybe give that one a try. There was some good gore in it too. So, and of course there was a chainsaw, so they were true to the name. So now that I've gone twice.
You know how like in Scary Movie, like Scary Movie is about like Ghostface. Like it's like a play. I just thought like I can't believe they haven't yet done like a Michael Myers like skit in one of those movies, just joking about all the ridiculous, horrible masks that Michael Myers has worn throughout the franchise. Like if every 5 minutes you see him, he's in like a completely different Michael Myers mask. I don't know.
I'd be okay with that.
Like suddenly, he suddenly's the Halloween 5, the Nicolas Cage looking mask. I don't know.
Yeah.
Continue.
And
that's the Nicolas Cage mask.
I wouldn't mind seeing one where he changed his mask throughout the movie. It'd be cool to occasionally see the H2O one with the eyebrows. That would be awesome. It'd be like, oh look, it's the H2O mask.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get a little bored seeing the William Shatner mask all the time.
I've always said it made sense in canon. I don't know why I brought that up, but it always made sense in canon because he always gets killed or something and he loses the mask and he has to replace the mask.
Right.
So it makes sense, like in canon anyway, like why the mask always looks different.
Yeah.
But
I always felt like part 5 was the worst looking one. It's like he came out looking like Buckethead, but without the KFC bucket. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah.
So Resurrection by far is the worst one.
Oh,
4 has a really bad mask, but it's a good movie.
Right.
Like H2O though, I think is the worst one because you see, it's like they cut the eyes extra big. He looks ridiculous. Like you see his eyes, he's got like Elton John eyes. They're like the Elton John. They're like the glasses, the Elton John glasses. And you just see it, and the whole every time you see him, he's like, it's just, I don't know why. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I'm just picturing like friggin' people, just college students or something, hanging out babysitting, and all of a sudden, just quietly down the street, getting louder and louder. They just hear, "Hold me closer, tiny thing."
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Rocket Man. Well, we're having fun at least.
Nicole.
Yes.
Nicole's turn. I've got grass in my hair everywhere. Jesus Christ.
So
Sorry.
let's all sing Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. What do you got, Nicole?
Okay. I'm gonna go with Gacy with Mark Holton.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh.
Can that be considered a clown movie?
Oh, sure.
It's a movie.
With a clown.
There's a clown.
Murder is
Scariest clown ever. He
That's
was terrifying.
There was a whole bunch of those movies all at the same time, like in the late '90s at Blockbuster. There was like
Yeah.
Gacy, Geen, and there was like another one.
Dahmer.
Bundy, Dahmer, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you know, I think that brings up a fair point. I talked earlier about where we thought the change happened. You know, where clowns started taking on this horrific element, this creepiness, this thing to be afraid of. How much do you think can be attributed to Gacy?
A lot, I would think.
Yeah, because he never dressed like that whenever he was committing murders. He only did that as a part-time thing where he was going to hospitals to see sick kids.
I think that's what's terrifying about him. Like, he's doing this amazing charity work and putting in his time and dressing up like this clown, and he's got teenage boys in the crawl space of his house. You know, it's like the ultimate, like, Jekyll and Hyde.
I got you. That's fair. Yeah, he's definitely not what you would have expected.
Yeah.
Anybody else seen Gacy? Because I did not. I'm familiar with the story, but I didn't see the movie.
So
Mark Holton is great.
Okay.
25 years ago. And the fact that 97 was like 25 years ago is kind of upsetting me right now.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, Mark Holton. I haven't seen the movie, but he's from like Pee Wee. He's Francis and Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
He's Francis.
That's what I loved about it. You know, he was Francis, and then all of a sudden he turns and he plays this serial killer, and was phenomenal.
That cover, can you pull up the cover to the VHS tape? Like, that cover is like, that is classic Blockbuster to me. Like, I always saw it.
Yeah. Hold on.
I can just see him like smiling as a clown. I can see it. That's what the
Yeah.
cover is, right?
Yeah, it's him smiling. It's him in the clown getup. But he's like partially obscured by shadow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Oh,
How about a
Figure it out.
montage?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, there it is.
There's a bunch of them. It's a montage.
see, I can't even see it.
It's a collage.
Yeah, I always remember that because his neck looks so greasy. Like he just got done eating turkey.
So greasy.
He looks like he just got done eating a deep fried turkey.
Damn.
It doesn't he? Look, it's
I
Look at
can't
all
see
the-
the picture. It's not
look at all
working
the-
on my phone.
cholesterol dripping off his face.
Oh, Jesus.
You guys are frozen and I can't see pictures.
Oh, no. This is awful.
He looks really greasy.
Maybe it's all the grease paint.
I can't tell right now if it's
Yeah, but like he
cover
looks
for
sweaty.
Gacy
His
or
neck
greasy
and chin part.
triangular.
Yeah, the greasy.
I guess it's kind of the same thing.
It's
Yeah.
kind of the greasy. It is kind of the same thing.
Yeah, that is disturbing.
Nicole's frozen on my screen now. Oh, there she is.
Oh, there. Yes.
Good.
No one's.
So, did you see any of those other ones, Nicole? Like, I remember Gacy.
Mhm.
I know I saw Geen. So I can remember this fever dream that Ed was having where he was outside of his house in like a full woman suit or something. I can remember that scene from that one. But did you see any of the other ones? 'Cause these all
Yes,
came
I
from us.
saw probably all of them. Yeah. I mean, that was our Friday and Saturday nights. Go to Blockbuster and rent these serial killer movies. That's what we did. I remember the cover of Gacy too very well. Yeah.
We were renting different movies.
Yeah. Yes, we were.
Oh, my dog's going nuts.
Oh.
Oh, she's playing. Never mind. But yeah, no. Clint or Adam, did you guys see Gacy?
I have not.
No.
Put it on your list. If not just to see Mark Holton's performance, it's really amazing.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and James said he even took a picture with Rosalind Carter once. So
That's good.
probably.
So Gacy terrifies me because he was such a public figure and he was in, the media and everything as this great guy and
Yeah.
very normal.
Yeah. And then in his private life, he's doing the world's worst magic tricks and murdering people.
Yep.
Did he
I mean,
put
to
him
be
in his
fair, as
crawl
far as
space?
magic tricks go, it took them a long time to find the people. So
Yeah.
that's
Went to his
pretty
crawl space?
magical.
They put him in his crawl space?
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
trick.
Rose House.
Yep. He
Nothing
actually
behind my hand.
he started digging other places to put the bodies because he was running out of space in his crawl space.
There was a documentary, I want to say Netflix, but I'm not 100% sure, on Gacy that is not that old. Maybe a year or two it came out. And they have actual footage of the police and the fire crews digging up underneath his house. And it's terrifying.
Mm.
Like, absolutely terrifying.
I
Yeah.
don't like that.
Yeah, I saw some of the still photography of some of that. I never saw like documentary footage. That sounds like something I would want to avoid.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Thank you for Gacy, I guess.
Like, I'm just like, when did he kill? Was it the 70s?
I believe late 70s, yeah.
The only way he could have got away with it with all that chin grease is if he killed in an era when they didn't have
Big grief.
yeah, when they didn't have,
DNA.
the
forensic
DNA and
Yeah.
all
Oh, yeah,
that stuff.
it was older. It was
People-
decades. Yeah.
I was talking about this with some friends the other day. Like, there was a scene in a movie where the guy just killed the woman and they just dumped her body in the middle of the road. And I'm like, yeah, what a time to be alive when you can just dump a body in the middle of the road.
You could do anything. It was the
Oh,
Wild
you're going
West.
to get away with it.
Yep.
Wow.
No satellites, no ring cams, no nothing.
Mm-hmm. Love you guys. That's from Suki.
It's okay.
Hi, Suki. All right, Ryan.
I know. I'm drawing a blank now on a movie. All I
Drawing
can
a
think
blank.
about is friggin' Mark Holton's greasy face.
I have a question. Maybe I am out of line here. I thought you may have been like a Full Moon fan or something like that, and maybe
Oh,
seen.
Jesus. Yes. There's a good series. Killjoy.
Killjoy.
Does
Ah.
anybody else
Yeah.
have Killjoy?
I'm not super familiar with it. I know it
I've been
exists.
accused of being a killjoy.
Yeah. I was actually thinking of Killjoy too, like for movies to bring up. But again, that Gacy thing just threw me right through a loop. Yeah, so Killjoy, go ahead and start with the third one.
Okay.
Because the first two are nigh unwatchable.
Oh.
The third one, however, the first two were basically like Chucky Band was going through a real hard financial time. So these end of the Full Moon era movies where the first two Killjoys kind of were nestled in. This is micro budget stuff. Like Clint, I'm sure a lot of the indie guys that that are filming in their backyards probably had more of a budget than what Chucky Band was giving these people.
Oh, wow.
So these are really rough around the edges. Killjoy 3, however, was when Full Moon was making a comeback in the 2000s with Evil Bong and Ginger Dead Man, stuff like that. So the Chucky Band was getting more into that horror comedy route. And Killjoy 3 definitely it's a complete tonal shift for the franchise. But for Killjoy, it absolutely works. He gets some sidekicks. There's multiple clowns. They each have their own personalities. It's actually quite a lot of fun. I do recommend Killjoy 3. And I think there's 5 of them in total. I haven't seen 4 or 5.
Wow.
Which is weird that I stopped at the good one. Because it did make me want to watch the last 2, but I haven't got around to it.
Oh.
But yeah, I definitely recommend. And you're not missing anything by not watching the first 2. I don't think the plot is even brought up from those movies. And if it is, it's a throwaway line.
Okay.
So yeah, start with Killjoy 3. You won't be disappointed there. It's actually quite a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was
like more budget more.
Yeah, you answered my question, but I was going to ask if it was like watching Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, where you don't have to watch the first one because there's so much recap in it.
No, there's not. There's no recap. I'm pretty sure Chucky Band is embarrassed by the first 2. So
he might be. So, all right, Killjoy 3. Maybe that will make my list. Yeah, I've been meaning to check out at least one of them. So I will
definitely start with the third.
If I do, I'll take your recommendation and watch the third one.
And if you really like it, then maybe give the first and second, because the first is, it's something.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad. It's a micro budget. Killjoy is annoying, annoying. But it's an experience.
Yeah. I've definitely watched some near zero budget movies, so maybe I can stomach it.
Give it a try. You ever find yourself with nothing else to do? Why not?
Sure. I don't know if I ever find myself with nothing else to do. All right.
I don't think it's nothing here.
Adam, you a fan of Killjoy?
No, I don't really like Full Moon.
Gotcha.
But I haven't seen these ones, so I can't specifically say I don't like Killjoy.
Okay.
I'm just going off of Full Moon's entire filmography.
Damn.
That
right.
I don't like it. So
Wow.
I'm just going to assume that I don't.
Okay. yeah. Better be safe. Just assume that you're not going to like it, and Full Moon is hit or miss for me too.
It's an acquired taste, I think.
I have run into a couple that I'm like, okay, this one's all right.
Does Full Moon do the those blood species movies?
Subspecies, yes.
Subspecies.
Yeah, subspecies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they do.
Oh, just
You don't like those either?
no. But I know a lot of people, I know that a lot of people do.
Isn't Paul one of those who really likes?
Oh, he
subspecies?
loves blood species. They're essentially the only vampire movies he can tolerate. That and like old movies.
Oh wow, wow, okay, very cool. All right. Well,
not really.
Well, good for him. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Catalina came to join the discussion. Adam, do you have more clown movies you'd like to throw out?
All right, let's do. Let's just take the lid off here.
Rip the Band-Aid off. Do it.
Right?
Yeah.
Captain Spaulding.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't even think of him.
Probably one of the best killer clowns ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a short list. But I put Captain Spaulding up there. Look, Rob Zombie gets a lot of retroactive hate these days. And I don't like his Michael Myers films at all. That said, there was a time when I saw his films and I was like, this guy's going to be a horror pioneer. Like this, like I saw something, and it was specifically between that jump of House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects. House of a Thousand Corpses I thought was fine. his little tribute to. It was basically his little tribute to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Is how I saw it. Went a little overboard with the Dr. Satan stuff, but whatever. I liked it for what it was. But there was a significant, in my opinion, jump in quality from House of a Thousand Corpses in Devil's Rejects, where I was kind of blown away by that movie. I wasn't expecting it at all, and I'm not really even talking about the Captain Spaulding character. I guess I'm talking about the movies, but the end of Devil's Rejects is almost a spiritual experience with the music and the flash cutting of them, like with the home movies and Freebird and everything. Like, it's just like I wasn't expecting like such beauty to kind of round out a movie like that. It was like expertly done. How you were, I think we've talked about this before, and Ryan didn't agree with me, but like they were like despicable serial killers, and they still were by the end. But I found myself rooting for them. When the sheriff had them and he was torturing them and stuff, like there was something happening, something clicked in my brain where I was. It was very subtle, but I started like rooting for him to like get away or get back at this guy or something. I don't know. But really good movies that he's never, in my opinion, ever lived up to with anything else that he's done. But that doesn't take away from these two movies at all. And Captain Spaulding, Sid Haig, like perfect casting. He looked so gnarly with those like yellow teeth, those yellow rotten teeth, and and the whole, how quotable is he in these movies? Just the whole, I have to procure your car, a top secret clown business. That I still laugh at that. Like that makes me that's so funny to me. Like anyway, really good movies, good character, and probably on the short list of best killer clowns, he's definitely top 5. I'd put him probably top 3. And that's all I have to say about that.
I love Captain Spaulding. He's probably one of the highlights of either of those movies for me. I remember watching House of a Thousand Corpses for the first time, and I thought that opening scene was just awesome. And it was just one of the most off the wall things happening at a roadside, gas station stop, saying some of the weirdest shit, that I would expect, to come out of somebody's mouth. Like, why don't you take some chicken home to your mama? Yeah. And I don't know. It was a good kill. He had great lines. His delivery was fantastic. So yeah, agreed. I thought they were really going somewhere. Devil's Rejects hit me a little different. I didn't like some of that shit, but then again, that's just me and my personal preference with what I find entertaining. So yeah, and he did hit the Texas Chainsaw thing really hard, especially in Devil's Rejects. But how y'all feel about Captain Spaulding?
I love him.
Yeah.
Love the character. Love Sid Haig. He was an angel. He really was. I'm not a fan of House of a Thousand Corpses. I've seen it twice, and I just can't stomach it. I think it's a big ripoff of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the characters are just too unbelievable to take seriously.
It's a lot more cartoony, that's for sure.
That's exactly what it is. It's cartoony. It's like comic booky, Devil's Rejects, as much as I don't like torture horror, it's in like my top 10 horror movies of all time. I loved it. And like you said, Adam, he had Sid Haig, Captain Spaulding had some of the best lines in that movie. He was fantastic.
Ryan, your feelings on Captain Spaulding? Do you have any?
Captain Spaulding, great. Movies, I'm flip-flopped with Nicole and Adam. I love House of a Thousand Corpses. I love the cartoony aspect to it. The whole thing just feels like a fever dream. I don't like how real Devil's Rejects is. It's just mean.
Yeah.
It's too mean for me. I can understand why it's so well loved. The reason I don't like it is because I find it too horrifying. It hits me in the wrong ways, and
Yeah.
Sid Haig's great in it, but I can't enjoy it. But I can definitely appreciate why people love it.
Yeah.
It's a brutal movie.
I think the most brutal stuff though, like happens in the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the hotel scene.
And so it really it paints these characters for what they are. So you can't sugarcoat it. Like they are just evil, dastardly people or whatever. But it definitely like towards the middle and towards the end, it backs away from that a lot, and it almost becomes more of a character driven. Until the very end. And I don't know, I just dig the hell out of it. Like I shouldn't be enjoying the interactions of these characters as much as I am, especially after I saw what they are capable of and what they've already done. But I don't know, he pulled something off for me personally with that movie. Like I bought it. I bought it, and
But I mean, that's what.
go ahead,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're still frozen, so I can't even see if you're making a face at me.
Well, the only other thing I'll just say is like, 3 from Hell was garbage. I hated that movie, and that was Sid Haig's last movie. I've heard things I don't know, like did they do that to help him or something? I don't know.
That's what I heard. He was in danger of losing his medical insurance. So,
So I mean, like whatever. I mean,
cast him so that he could continue to have coverage.
yeah, all right. Well, and so I used to like really slam that movie because I didn't know that, and it was just like, well, if Sid Haig's not going to be in your movie, why even? You can't replace him.
No.
So I do like that Richard Drake guy.
Richard Drake did it, yeah, but he's no Captain
Drake
Spaulding
or whatever his name, but they should have just. You know what they should have done? They should have replaced the clown with a clown. He should have been the same character from 31.
Oh, had Richard Brake as his character as
Isn't it the same actor?
Yeah,
Richard,
he was
You're like
Doom.
Breaks. I'm actually probably. You can skip me twice because I'm bringing up a second movie now. The guy that like breaks his nose to make himself have a clown mask. Or a clown.
Richard Brake in 31. Yeah, he's fantastic in that.
And he's also in 3 to Hell, right? Isn't that the same guy?
Yeah, same guy. Yeah.
Yep.
So like he should have just played the same character, in my opinion.
Sure, absolutely. He's great. I even liked him in Shrieker Island.
I was just thinking the same thing.
He had a great character in Doom.
He was in
also.
Tremors.
Yeah, and Doom.
Yeah.
Richard Brake's never. I can't think of a bad. Like I can think of plenty of bad movies with Richard Brake. I can't think of a time that I thought Richard Brake was bad.
Right.
He's brilliant.
I think that says something.
I just watched. What did I just watch early? It was last week. Death Machine, and it was his first movie. He's great in that.
I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Oh, it's a hoot. You gotta watch it.
Death Machine.
It's got Brad Dourif in it too.
Oh, all right. Well, it's got to be all right.
Naked girl coming in.
What? Where are your clothes? So, anyhow, yeah, I lost my train of thought with that.
Did everyone see 3 from Hell?
Did
Yes.
not.
What do you guys think of that? I'm just curious.
Mm,
Eh,
eh.
Did you
Clint,
like
you would
it?
not like it.
it was
Clint
fine.
didn't
I didn't see it,
I don't
but,
think it's nearly as good as the first two.
but I'll just say meh.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
clearly the third best in the trilogy. When you say that,
Yeah,
I don't know, because I'm really not a fan of House of a Thousand Corpses. I can't stand that movie.
You didn't like Fish Boy? Come on.
No, I
Why?
thought it was ridiculous. Yeah, and Dr. Satan Underground, all that.
oh, I
No,
love that. I wanted the franchise to move on. Like that's where I wanted the starting point for the second one to be.
I felt I think the things that I liked about House of a Thousand Corpses is I thought it had some good imagery, some good camera work whenever they weren't inside the house. You know what I mean? There's a
I
lot of
agree.
cool
Right.
shit they were filming outside. And
they played with like the moonlight and stuff like that.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the movie's gorgeous. Like these dark, rich blues at night, and everything in the mines. And Dr. Satan's lab is just like it's something out of a it's something out of a haunted house. Like
It is
Yeah,
something out of a
I
haunted
could
house.
totally
yeah.
like pay somebody $30 and I'd go through a series of hallways and I would come out into a room that looks like this. I absolutely love it.
Not for nothing. I just want to say, Lords of Salem is another good movie of his, and it's also like it's confusing as hell. It makes no sense, but it's a really gorgeous movie to look at.
I think Rob Zombie has more hits than misses. I think just people seem to really remember the misses and give him a really hard time for that. Because even if you don't like Halloween I like Halloween, I don't like Halloween 2, but I mean 31 is good. Lords of Salem is good. Even 3 from Hell isn't a terrible movie. What else do you have after that? You got the monsters and you got Halloween 1 and 2. Like overall, he's
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Munsters. I didn't particularly like 31. I'll be honest with you. I was expecting more, but it I don't know. On premise alone, I mean, it was basically Running Man.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
With Nazi dwarf clowns.
Right. Oh, there's But anyway, you can skip me twice, Clint, because I went twice.
Oh, okay. James took off. He couldn't stick around. He mentioned Behind the Sightings.
Has James ever been on a Hangout?
I don't think so.
Dude knows his stuff.
I've never spoken to him, but
yeah,
he's throwing out some good stuff tonight. So I don't exactly know what it is, but I did pull up what I think is the IMDb for it. Let me check it out real quick because I'm interested now.
That's fine.
we should bring Jim on sometime because I guarantee he would agree with Ryan a lot.
There you go.
Because
There are dozens of us.
my compatibility with Jim in movies is none. We
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like found footage. 2 filmmakers from North
So
Carolina.
this is about that clown scare thing that happened a few years ago.
Okay.
You remember that?
Yeah, people were freaking out, and people were getting arrested and such for dressing up like clowns. Yeah. Yeah. Like, no, I remember this specifically because one of my stepkids was going out for Halloween the one year, and I knew he had this freaky clown mask. He was right in the middle of all that shit, and there was even a notification put out, that the nearby community, that he was going to didn't want clown masks. And he specifically went out with his friends and put on a clown mask and, had to get questioned. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
It's like, anyhow, personal story. You're welcome.
It does what kids do.
Yep. Yeah, I don't have a ton more selections before I start mentioning things that we've all seen, I'm sure. I'm going to toss out one. Now, I'm almost cheating here because I didn't actually finish it. But what I did see of it was really interesting, and I do plan to go back and watch the rest of it. It is an indie film. You can see it on Tubi. It's called Clownado. So think like Sharknado, but clowns. Man, what a weird ass movie the way it started.
So wait,
Are they
Huh?
killer clowns or just clowns?
yeah, are they killer clowns or are people just getting hit by clowns that are like
But-
flying at like hundreds of miles an hour?
Well, that's funny. No, technically they're killer clowns. They're mobster types, that are working, like at a sideshow circus or something like that. They take people's money, they threaten people's lives. You know what I mean? They do murder in the first scene, so I mean, they're pretty crappy people. The weirdest part about it was the dialogue. Like they spoke like they were from the 30s. You
I
know
love
what
it.
mean? Yeah, it's just goofy.
Lord.
Like and it wasn't done bad. I mean, they had some good actors in this. The one guy who was supposed to be like the main dickbag clown character did a really good job of making you hate him. I mean, so yeah. Killed a chick's boyfriend, and we're chopping his body up. She was so pissed off about it. She had one of her friends help cast a spell, and whatever it was caused a storm. And this, of course, sucked these killer clowns up into a tornado.
Huh.
Anyhow, I'll leave you with that.
Sounds great.
It sounds. I would definitely check that out.
Yeah. I will say that Linnea Quigley is in it, and so is Eileen Dietz. So if that means anything to you, might be more reason to go check it out. No, that's mine.
Are they clowns?
There. No, Linnea Quigley is like a bar / strip club owner. And I'm not sure about Eileen. I didn't watch far enough to know that. So, but I will finish it. Made that promise to myself. Clownado, come on.
I'm getting these visuals that are like, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like one of them flying out of a tornado and having one of those squirty flowers and it's acid or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. I haven't seen that yet, but perhaps.
At some point in the movie, does someone say something like along the lines of like, "There's something funny about that tornado"?
Yeah. I hope so. I really do.
Clownado. Well, I wasn't a huge fan of Sharknado, so we'll give this one a shot.
Okay. Yeah. So who knows? It might fall completely apart, but the way it started, I'm in.
Or the tornado just makes like whoopee cushion noises as it goes by.
It's just
Yeah.
Like honk.
intermittently honks
Yeah.
and farts. And
Yeah. It's a storm, so people get sprayed with seltzer water in the face. You know?
Have 20 of them fly out at once like they're coming out of a clown car.
Yeah, right.
oh my god, fantastic!
Oh,
I'll have to
yeah.
check that one out.
Yep, definitely. All right. Well, I guess since nobody saw that, then we'll move on.
I need to change that, but I haven't.
I think we can get past that.
What are you doing? Oh, yeah. All right. Nicole, do you have another one you'd like to say?
I do. Very mainstream. I know everyone has seen this. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Clint's wearing a shirt that says "Killer Clowns from Outer Space."
I'm sorry, what movie? I've never heard of that.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
All right.
Catalina's reaction matches my own. 'Cause
I
this
wish I
movie's
could see her.
Maybe that's her clown laugh.
awesome. Her clown.
So all right, that is that is a movie that I think we all have seen. And
Yes.
And love, hopefully.
Yes.
I don't know if that's universal, but I really like that movie.
I can't tell by Ryan's reaction,
Mhm.
which is
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, that's his poker face. He's like, "You're not getting anything out of me. I'll let you know when I feel like letting you know."
Fair enough.
I
It's sweet,
like
sweet.
it.
We got to keep the
I
audience.
like it. I feel there's some wasted potential with it.
Oh Jesus!
All right. Explain. Go for it.
You know, I'm gonna burn this olive branch that I keep bringing because nobody ever takes it. Killer Clowns, really?
Yeah.
It's a perfect movie.
Is
It
it the
is.
perfect movie?
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? Sorry, wasted potential isn't right because honestly, anything with the clowns is great. I find the lead actors to be the most insufferable people.
Mike
I
Tobacco.
can't stand it when they're on screen.
Mike Tobacco is the everyman.
Yeah. Except for the
And
police
Denneman.
chief. He's awesome.
Oh,
I can't
what is his
stand it
name?
either.
Vernon something.
You're gonna ask, and now I
He
can't
was in
remember.
Animal House. He was the dean in Animal House.
Yeah.
No, he's good. I like him. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. And what's his name at the beginning? The old man from everything.
Oh, with the dog. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I wanted more of that. I wanted more farmers with their Pooh Bear dogs and crotchety police chiefs. I didn't just want these mayonnaise and white bread kids that are just reacting to these outrageous situations with the same expression throughout.
But the creativity.
I wanted the characters in the movie to be as outrageous as the clowns.
The ice cream guys were the ice cream guys that like they got
Yeah,
the
if they had
two
more of the
overweight
ice cream guys.
ladies to go on the in the ice cream truck with them, and they're like, "We're not putting out."
Yeah.
They're
And
like,
then
"We
later
gave
they
you
got
all this
excited
ice
'cause
cream."
because they get
Like
clown titties.
their ice cream didn't work. The ice cream for sex scenario
Damn.
did not work for them.
No. I'm
No, but
glad
yeah,
you
that's
told
the-
me. Now I'm gonna cross it off my list.
But yeah, no, that's it for me. There, I do enjoy the movie. I like it. The clown stuff is amazing. I wanted more from the characters, and we're stuck with them for so much of the movie.
I think the creativity and the effects override how, like you said, insufferable the characters are with the popcorn guns and the cotton candy cocoons and the, I'm going to knock your block off.
All great, all fantastic stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it great.
Yeah, and they have the love triangle between Mike. I did a podcast about this with Paul like 2 years ago, and we did this whole thing. But like, there's like a love triangle between Mike Tobacco and that cop and the girl, which is like pretty funny. And then Mooney, who's like the sheriff who thinks everyone that's younger than him is out to get him.
Yeah, he's good.
He's great.
It was like one of the only police stations I'd ever seen that didn't have a 911 dispatcher. You called the police station directly.
Yeah.
And he thought everything was a crank call. That was hilarious.
Yeah, everything was a crank call.
Killer Clowns to me is like the perfect movie that it's a great throw on during like if you're having a party on Halloween or something. Because there's so many great scenes in it. Like you don't need.
Do you know that the Chiodo brothers?
Chiodo, I don't know how to say that.
Chiodo, yeah.
Kyoto, yeah.
They did Critters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The special effects for Critters.
Stupid.
And I just think that's like the crossover that, like everyone wants to put like Critters with like Gremlins and shit like that. No, Critters and killer clowns in the same movie together would be like, that's the shared universe that we deserve. In my mind, they take place in the same universe.
I like that. Yeah.
You could have Don Keith Oper hunting down critters and killer clowns.
Yeah. Or have like the killer clowns get like a shipment of Krites that look like
cotton
candy or something. Yeah.
Like clown eggs.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, what kind of evolutionary conditions would a planet have to go through for them to adopt a clown culture?
That's a t-shirt.
Man.
Like, what do you think?
We get a few more of these thoughts from Adam here, and we can have like a thought of the day calendar.
Oh my God.
Man, I don't know. Maybe they're one of those places that that's all their television consisted of. Maybe
Like, did they get like some sort of like radio waves to Earth, and they decided to adopt their entire society?
Yeah, they might have been trying to blend in, and like the only thing.
Like, was that a cover?
Yeah.
Or are they just?
So the only references they had were clowns,
Yeah,
that's why their spaceship looked like a.
No, it's not a cover, because you get the giant clown marionette like final boss at the end of the movie. What was that going to be a cover for? Like, it wasn't to fool no one.
I see what you're saying.
God.
I mean, have you ever taken a joke too far? You know what I mean? It's
Well, I mean, if there's anybody who can take a joke too far, it'd be a clown.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, no, I believe it was a cover right up until the giant marionette thing at the end, because there's no point. You're not hiding anything anymore. Yeah. Now I'm really wondering why they evolved that way.
Yeah.
Why is it everything of theirs is humans can relate to, like cotton candy cocoons, balloon guns. Their hunting dogs are literal balloon animal dogs. Like, is this one of those things where like the pyramids or some shit like that, where it turns out like thousands of years ago these clowns originally visited Earth, and that's why we have all this clown stuff now?
That might be. Do they appear in Egyptian hieroglyphics? Because that would be insane. They did mention clowns appearing in history, 2400 BC in Egypt. Maybe.
I think Adam's deep in thought about all this.
He is.
Oh, I'm getting crushed with a bunch of people reporting shit in my horror group I'm trying to do.
Oh, fun.
Well, what
Paul's away this weekend, and now
you got the moderator now. Just get them to do that.
Yeah, but she's learning.
Yeah,
she's great, but she's learning, and she's like asking me questions and stuff. So,
well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Mm.
Who knew? 50,000 members. You have some people who don't behave.
You guys must do a pretty good job of it, because I honestly don't very often see.
Yeah, I don't see a ton of it.
That doesn't fit the. Like, I see some stuff that's a maybe, but I don't really outright see stuff that doesn't fit at all.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. And like, if it's on there that doesn't belong, it gets reported. I mean, that's the good thing about it. 70,000 people or whatever it is, somebody's always on. It gets reported as soon as if it doesn't belong there, it gets reported in seconds. So we can, as long as we're around, we can act on it pretty quick.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
It's like a full-time job that I don't get paid for.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds really fun. Kind of sounds like
it's great.
Yeah. Kind of sounds like
Yeah.
making a podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you get out of it what you put into it. So I guess I need to try harder, and not get paid for that. But yeah, no, I have similar things, on our page. We don't have a lot of things that don't really belong or really bad, but I'm happy to say that I got a few good people who see it and then they'll like tag me or they'll message me and say that they've seen it, and then I'll go look it up and I can take it off there, because otherwise I might miss it because I'm not staring at the feed all day. So
Yeah.
there you go. All right. Killer clowns. Oh, and you had someone agree with you, Ryan. The other Ryan. Killer clowns is just okay. Well.
Oh yes, American Boy Ryan.
Yeah. Yep. I'll be deleting that comment now. No. All right, I guess I won't skip myself this time. I haven't mentioned it yet, and I thought, when Claire hopped on that it might get mentioned. I'll throw out her movie, Slutty the Clown. I don't know how many of you have seen it, but I have mixed feelings about it. I mean, the movie itself, I really felt that it was done in an injustice with the edit that was done on it, where it pulled the whole missing reel thing a whole bunch of times throughout it. And I don't know if they had enough footage to make, a cohesive movie, but in the end you didn't get one really, but you did have some cool imagery, and I felt Claire's slutty character was awesome. So I will say that I like the movie, even though I have a couple issues with it. Have you all seen it?
I
I haven't. Okay.
Claire's movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I think she has her own feelings about it. She doesn't like to talk about it a lot. So she was kind of worried about this hangout, that we would want to bring it up and talk a bunch about it, and I said, I don't think that's going to happen. There's so many other clown movies, we can touch on it for a minute, you know what I mean? And we'll move on, So, well, hey, Nicole, if you want to change that, I can send you a digital copy of the film.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Right. Well, I will be sure to do that. As Ryan is sitting here trying to catch flies.
Mosquitoes get in.
Oh, the mosquitoes. Okay.
Get chopsticks.
Yeah.
I ain't Ralph Macchio.
But you could be Pat Morita.
Yeah. Pat Morita.
I mean, if I had to choose, I'd rather be Pat Morita. The only thing I'll say about Claire's movie, I got to see Slutty the Clown beat somebody to death with a floppy dick bat. So I got what I signed up for.
That was pretty worth it, I think when we interviewed her about it, they said that was one of the funniest things that they had when they were making the bat. You know what I mean? Because they had to like drill into this humongous dildo in order to do that, and like I guess the drill got caught in it and just like spun it around really fast in their kitchen where they were trying to do it. So, and apparently they were rolling on the floor laughing about that. So too bad there's no footage of that. I'd have loved to seen that.
It could be like when Freddy's making his glove at the beginning of Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just this dick flying around on the kitchen floor.
Perfect.
Claire's awesome in it.
Oh yeah.
And there's like some experimental stuff going on. She's great.
Yeah.
You can tell that she really loves the character.
Oh yeah. 100%.
And like, as her creation.
The moments
or
with
her
Slutty,
Richard's creation or whatever.
The moments with Slutty alone, like looking at her Teletubbies and looking at her things, those are the best parts of the movie.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I think a lot of the nonverbal stuff really came across really well. Like I don't know, she was
She's feeling it. I mean, you can tell she's
evil,
feeling the
no doubt.
character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she had like an inquisitive nature. You know, I love some of the sideways head looks that she's doing quite often in that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of times my friends make movies and I watch them and I have nothing. I'll zip it because I have nothing great
You
to
know,
say about them.
yeah,
That's all.
you
You know, if you
don't wanna-
don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. No,
Yeah.
I mean her performance in that movie is fantastic. It's really, really good.
Awesome. I should be happy to hear that. Well, let me make a note. Send Claire slutty. I'm sorry, send Nicole slutty.
I didn't realize that Richard was smutty.
Yeah, that's I'm not sure where that came from. It didn't appear in the movie, but I guess they decided to take clown photos together at one point. So he created a character for himself.
Did you see what Richard's character name was in Slutty the Clown?
I've forgotten. What was it?
I forgot.
Wilhelm.
Wilhelm.
Like the Scream.
Like the Scream. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome, dude. You know what? Richard comes in with some subtle stuff sometimes, and I'll watch back a Hangout,
Uh-huh.
and you know, a lot of times he's sitting back.
Yeah.
He says some stuff sometimes, and like I'll catch it. And I'll catch it on the second go around. They'll be like, "Oh, dude, like I see what you're laying down there." He's a funny, smart as fuck guy. He really is.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna be Adam the whore hobo clown.
Okay.
Can I?
Yes. Yes.
Why can't I?
Yeah.
Why
don't
can't that
know.
be my own character?
You absolutely can. You absolutely can. You wow. What
That
makes
was
you a
just for,
whore?
you know,
Yeah,
that
what-
was a character
Yeah.
specifically for me.
Yes. And what makes you a whore?
I sell myself for money
Oh shit.
on the train because I'm a hobo.
Oh, I got you.
You said that so matter of factly.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that's just how you went from town to town. So you
On the
Go-
on the train as a hobo.
yeah, yeah.
So you're a horbo.
Yeah. With my bits just like dangling off the sidecar.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Did you say with your what? Dangling off the sidecar?
My dangly bits.
bits?
Okay. So if somebody accidentally hits it, you just scream that they owe you money now?
Well, they have to
As
pay
it's
up,
like
yeah.
flying by. Picturing those, remember those old, like when trains had to get like the
Yeah.
post and they'd have like this hook that they hung out to grab the mail bag that was hanging off at the side. That's just, I'm picturing that, but without Ghibli. bits.
I haven't thought this out. I have to go back to the drawing board. All I know specifically is that I'm promiscuous and I ride the train and I ride the railroad in clown makeup.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah. With your boxcar Willie dangling out the side. Gotcha.
Rockstar Willie. Fantastic.
All right.
Jesus.
Nicole, have you run out of them yet? Or you still got some?
I just did Killer Clowns.
Yes. And I just did.
Oh, we jumped back.
Did Ryan or Adam go
No, we didn't.
after me?
Damn it.
That's what happened. That's what happened.
I did it again. Okay.
You did.
Well,
it.
I was
Alright.
supposed to be
Oops,
skipped.
You did it again.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Ryan, I'll go back to you then. What?
Clowns. Shit. I got one, but I didn't really think it was a clown movie. I'm kind of on the fence about it. Has anybody seen it was a Netflix horror movie called Haunt?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
About the amusement park?
Well, it's like the kids go into this haunt and there's like a devil. There's a guy in a devil mask and a guy in a clown mask, and they're watching like these actors and stuff. And there's some people screaming that they're being murdered, and they realize these people are being murdered, and these people in the haunt are actually serial killers. Nobody seen this? It's really good. And the twisty twist, it's not really a spoiler. They get their masks taken off about the halfway point, and their faces, they've altered their faces like with piercings and putting bearings in to make their actual faces look like the masks. So like the devil that has the horns, that the guy has like the bearings and stuff and the piercings to make his head come out.
I've seen this movie.
That's really cool sounding, actually.
Yeah,
it was decent. But I mean, like I said, it's a guy in a clown mask. That's about the extent of the clown.
Yeah, it almost looks like they set it up as like an abandoned like factory or warehouse, or it almost looks like a storage unit, if I'm being honest. And
they set it up to be like this haunt. Like, yeah.
They make you sign a waiver, and you got to put your phones and your keys and stuff like in a lockbox, before you even go in. So they screw you right out of the gate by making sure you don't have your phone. It's not bad. I've definitely seen worse movies.
And it has a really good cover of Dracula.
Yeah, and they do a pretty good job of the people acting like it's a haunt for like way too long. Like then they see something that's absolutely traumatic and they're like, wait a minute, was that real? Like, did we just watch somebody die? So it's like it was all right from what I remember. It's pretty good.
And you said that's on Netflix?
The mask thing sounds awesome.
He's on one of them.
I'm looking at the masks.
Yeah, worth a watch.
Okay.
And that's pretty much scraping the bottom of the barrel for me. I can't think of any other.
It says Hulu. Hulu, Amazon Prime.
No, I get everything that's on Hulu is on Disney Plus here.
Yeah. That one might be a little hard to find. Well,
I'm gonna watch that. The mask thing is really
the mask is really cool.
Doing a thing for me.
It's intriguing. I'm curious.
Doing a thing.
I've already Googled a couple, and I wish I hadn't because I wish I would have saved it for the movie.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that's all I got. I'm literally, I can't think of any other clowns.
Yeah. No, Haunt's good. Haunt's good. I forgot about that one.
What about, is it my turn?
Yep.
Well, Pennywise.
We talked about it at the very beginning.
We already did Pennywise?
Well, we didn't really talk about it as far as a selection. For most of us, that was the thing that we saw that made us,
okay, so we
kind of creeped out by clowns.
All right. Well, if we already talked about that, I feel like somebody's probably could watch this and like something obvious that we're not thinking of.
Oh, for sure.
Poltergeist.
It. Yeah. But then, you threw out an obvious one that we weren't thinking about, and that, of course, was Captain Spaulding. So.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't necessarily have to be like the entire thing is about that clown character. I mean, it can just be like an impactful, clown character that you remember from something. And I am having a little trouble with that.
Would a jester be the same thing?
I would say yes, because like that, I think is one of the stops along the evolution of the clown train.
Yeah, they're all in the same.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking, Mr. Punch and Dolls.
Mr. Punch and Dolls.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know he was supposed to be creepy and scary, but I thought he was adorable. And I think that's a really underrated movie.
Oh, I missed this. Haunt was a Shudder original to begin with, so it may still be on Shudder.
Okay.
I just
Cool.
didn't see it when I searched streaming services for it.
Okay. Thank you, Ryan.
And did anyone say Stitches? No, we did not.
No.
No.
I hear snitches get them.
I've heard that too. I have heard that as
Sorry
well.
about that.
What stays in the what happens in the Poconos stays in the Poconos.
Yeah. That it does.
Mhm.
So, all right. Did you think of one, Adam? Or you
No.
got stuck on it?
No, I really didn't. Unless we want to. I mean, I don't want to be that guy.
That
brings up
guy.
the Joker. I don't want to do like the Joker guy. I
Ooh.
don't want to be that guy.
But
It's
you could
after
be
9
that.
o'clock.
You could be that guy.
It's after 9 o'clock. Be that guy.
All right, how about the Joker?
Oh, hey,
Which
that's
one?
an
Different-
idea.
The different incarnations of that character, which
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have a personal favorite? I think everybody
I
does.
just thought of an older movie, The Man Who Laughs, which is actually what like the Joker was based on.
Oh, right.
But even he wasn't technically a clown. But anyway, who's my favorite? Like, I know it's. There was a while where I think it was the consensus pick. People have kind of gone away from it, but I still think that Heath Ledger was phenomenal. Like he didn't just play the Joker amped up to 5 like it was in like the Batman television series or like what Jack Nicholson did. He made it like his own thing, and I still think that today that's the best. Even with Joaquin Phoenix's performance, which was great.
Yeah.
The only problem that I have with the movie, with his performance, with Joaquin Phoenix, is like I don't ever see that version of the Joker becoming a criminal mastermind.
Mhm.
I don't ever see him leading other people or coming up with genius bank heists.
Gotcha.
I think what he did in that movie was like that was the most he could do. I guess we're gonna find out with the next one with Lady Gaga, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, for my money, Heath Ledger's the best. Jack Nicholson was really good. He was just, I think he was like pushing 50 when he was cast in that role.
Yeah.
And he just didn't look the part anymore. Like I get what they were thinking. Like Jack Nicholson in his prime, like One Threw Over the Cuckoo's Nest era as the Joker would have been like phenomenal. He would almost not even need any makeup. But a pudgy middle-aged guy is the Joker. It just that's not the Joker. That's not the Joker, So for me it's Heath Ledger all the way.
Yeah. He was absolutely awesome. One of the best. And
Pencil trick?
probably one of the probably the best one of my lifetime. Although I will have to say I haven't really seen any like bad Jokers. except maybe Jared Leto, but but that's
Yep.
You know what? Oh yeah. Talk about hot topic.
Yeah, they
Hot
cut
topic. The hot topic Joker
yeah.
with damage written across his
Yeah.
they couldn't have made that
So
any more.
you know he's damaged.
Yeah.
So
It's like-
edgy.
Didn't he have grills or
Edgelord,
something?
you know,
He did.
Edgelord Joker.
Yeah. I didn't like the shiny teeth. That really bothered me a lot too. Joker with grills, man.
I
Like
didn't
he's doing the
hate
Bloods
his
of the Crips.
performance, though.
I
The
think
look
the
was
casting was
silly, but the performance was there. I honestly didn't mind his performance as Joker.
Yeah.
I don't like anything that DC has done in the last like 30 years.
I guess I found it forgettable because there was so much other stuff happening in that movie, and they cut a good amount of his footage out of the movie. So like when they did have him in it, I wasn't really blown away, and I was just forgettable. So maybe I would have liked him a little bit better if I got to see more of what he did.
I'm interested in the next incarnation. Like they kind of hinted at him in the Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Oh.
He was played in like deleted scenes by Barry Coogan, who just I think he just won an Oscar, or at least was
Yeah, because
nominated
all
for
you
an
see
Oscar.
of him in the actual movie is a post-credit scene, I think, and he's kind of blurred out or something. These
Blurred out, and like the scenes
Yeah.
that you see of him, like he's really mutilated, like his face is just all effed up.
There's a deleted scene. There's a deleted scene with Robert Pattinson talking with him.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, I've seen that. You can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I did really like the Batman. I thought that was really good. It was longer than it needed to be, I think, but I sat through the whole thing and thought it was great. So, Nicole, are you going to say Cesar Romero? Favorite Joker?
It's a tie between Cesar Romero and Heath Ledger, just because I grew up with the Adam West Batman, and he was the Joker.
I love Cesar
And
Romero.
then, and then The Dark Knight came out, and I saw it 3 times in the theater because I loved it so much.
Good. It was so good. It really was.
It's one of the greatest movies ever made. And Heath Ledger was just, like you said, he became the Joker. He wasn't just playing a character. He really got all of himself into it, and it just made it better,
Yeah. And well, I mean, it was good because people kept talking about it years later. I mean, still, like, fan theories have developed around that character.
I mean, we talked about Brandon Lee dying during The Crow, and how that movie was going to take him into the stratosphere. Heath Ledger.
Right.
Heath Ledger. Think of the movies we've lost.
Yeah.
That he would have been in, or the roles he would have been cast. Like,
yeah,
crazy.
And he could play anything. He really could.
Did Canadian Boy Ryan give his favorite Joker? I'm really curious.
I don't think that he did.
I'm not sure if I'm blanking or he hasn't spoken yet, but I really want to know.
No, he commented on what I was saying about Jared Leto, but I don't think he gave us his favorite Joker.
Are you guys looking forward to the next the one with Lady Gaga? That's Harley Quinn, which from what I understand is going to be 80% a musical set in Arkham Asylum. Like the whole movie is going to take place in Arkham Asylum.
Please tell me you're kidding.
I'm still in.
I'm still in, but why would they take such a great story and such great characters and turn it into a musical? Why? I have nothing against musicals. I just don't know why they would insist on doing that.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't want to do just a straightforward sequel because they're artists.
Yeah.
Are you being serious? Are you serious? Like pulling my leg right
Joaquin Phoenix, like he didn't want to just come back for like a money-making sequel.
Mhm.
They had to do something to like
Yeah.
entice him back, and that's basically what it was to make it a
So-
musical. I mean, he's still going to get this,
Right.
but
And then whenever they do finally make the next movie where Batman's in it, that'll be like West Side Story.
yeah. Yeah.
More
Like
musical.
Like Batman doesn't even seem to like exist in that. Like Batman would just kick the shit out of this Joker.
Yeah, I see what you're saying on
He's
that.
got too many mental
and-
hang-ups.
Right.
And he's not physically imposing.
correct. But they
He would
never
just beat
really
the fuck out of him.
Yeah, they never really made the Joker physically imposing now that I think about it.
They did in Jared Leto Joker, I would say, was physically imposing. He was very muscular, six-pack
Oh, okay.
abs.
Sure.
He wasn't. He
Did-
looked like he
did he
just
have-
joined a gang in
Yeah, did he have like
West LA or something.
Thug Life tattooed on his stomach? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he did.
something like that. Like, yeah,
I think he did.
I don't like what they did to him. Yeah. Wonder whose
That's not the
decision that was.
Joker. That's not the
Yeah.
Joker.
No, it's
But
Tupac.
Harley Quinn was
You're
great.
trying-
in
Tupac
that
and grease
movie.
paint, man.
You're trying way too hard.
Yeah, understood. No, and I feel like I totally get what you're saying. That he was too damaged to be the criminal mastermind that we think of him to be.
Mhm.
You know.
Now, could Harley Quinn fall in under this category? Since she
Sure.
was
She was a
typically
clown.
a jester?
I put jesters and mimes in the category.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
totally.
Okay.
Totally.
All right, yeah, then throw Harley Quinn in there
I
too.
mean,
I
unless
love-
we're saving it for a jester hangout, or a mime hangout.
I don't believe that we
they can
are.
all. I think they can
Yeah.
all be included.
Because like I was saying earlier, it to me it's another evolution of what we think of clowns to be now. So it's
Yeah.
you think of the evolutionary chart, you know what I mean? I think jesters are on there somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did
Ryan, I don't know. His dog walked into the room. His camera went off. The mind boggles. I have no idea what's happening over there. He could be, combing the dog. He could be trimming its nails. He could have had to take it outside. I don't know. It was freaking out at one point. There might be a rogue moose on the loose.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I know we've got fireworks here.
Yeah. Or a goose. There could be that too.
MC Clint is in the
Are
house.
we writing a children's book?
Yeah. Another Dr. Seuss novel. Yeah.
Dr. Seuss.
Rogue moose on the loose. Don't forget your goose. All right. So
I think we're tapping out, guys.
I think we are too, yeah.
We're slowing down. I didn't watch a shit ton of these clown movies, but there are so many. And I think we mentioned a lot of the good ones. But of course, if we did not, and there's something you missed, you happen to watch this later, you want to tell us how stupid we are, you can post it in the Facebook group. I would love to see that and be reminded of something that was truly awesome that I absolutely forgot to say. Yeah.
Doesn't happen nearly enough as it should. So please.
Yeah. Or if you just want to know who Ryan's favorite Joker is, make sure you put that.
Fuck.
Yeah, put that in the Facebook group. Make sure you tag him. I'd like to have 15 people make individual posts tagging Ryan. Who is your favorite Joker? And yeah,
Probably Jared Leto.
probably. So
Unless a fucking polar bear or some other Canadian animal has invaded your house.
yeah, grizzlies in the mist.
There's no reason
They're
that
out
you
there.
can't white grizzlies to blend in with the snow. There's no reason you shouldn't be here to giving us who your favorite Joker is.
Yeah, I know. This is bullshit. So take that, CBR.
Mhm.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining. And that's it for clowns. And what are we doing next time? Final Destination, maybe? Is that what it is?
Ooh.
I think that's what it is. I'll have to double check. But yeah, so get ready for that one. What are there, like 14 of those? How many Final Destinations are there?
There are 5.
5. Okay.
There's 6 of them being made tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have some thoughts on those. Death is weird. Death is like Rube Goldberg, man. He like that's what all those death
is really weird. We all have to do it.
To me.
We know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sure we'll post that in the group, at least in the chat. I'll remind
along
everybody.
with a death poll, like which one of us they think is going to die first.
Yeah, something like that. And the and the inventive method of which it's going to happen. You know, Adam forgot about the single ice cube that fell out of his ice machine and started to melt on the floor.
Starting to get choked by my cord.
Yeah.
Auto asphyxiation.
And there
there he is.
There he is.
Yep. We were just getting ready to sign off. You know, glad you made it back.
Oh, good. I came back in time.
Yeah, you came back just in time.
Real quick, who is your favorite Joker?
Yeah.
Favorites? Probably Mark Hamill.
Good answer. Good answer.
But I mean,
I hate people.
They're all great. Like Cesar
I hate
Romero.
I hate people who pick cartoons. I hate
You
it.
hate people what?
Yeah, like they'll be like that Kevin Conroy guy for Batman. He's not Batman. He's a freaking cartoon. I hate it.
Yeah. Or the or the guy who does the voice of Lego Batman, right?
Mark Hamill is Luke Skywalker. He's not. I mean, he does a great Joker voice, but that's not like a full interpretation
Favorite live
of a
action
character.
Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite live action Joker?
I don't know. They're all really good. Probably Cesar Romero because I grew up watching Batman, like Adam West. Batman, like that was. I'd come home from school every day, and that would be on. That'd be the first thing I'd watch on TV.
What about
Very
Mark
cool.
Hamill?
And he's just so flamboyant. Like he's the only one that feels like an actual clown.
You know what I like the best about his interpretation is the fact that he had a mustache
And refused to shave it.
He refused to shave it.
No,
They
out
were
of
just
all the
paint-
Jokers, he's the only
Just
one that
paint
really
right
pulls
over
off
it.
the whole clown. Like Jack Nicholson kind of did. Heath Ledger is terrifying, but
Is he a
yes,
clown?
He
No.
he laughs.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he doesn't really pull on the facade of the clown.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I get
But
that.
yeah, Cesar Romero was just having the time of his fucking life. Like they were all
They
were
had
all
so much
friggin-
fun.
They were just smoking weed, doing coke, just probably fucking all over the place. Like
Yeah.
And you had Burgess Meredith as the Joker.
Yeah. Penguin.
Or I'm sorry, is the Penguin? Yeah.
Yeah.
You had wasn't Vincent Price Egghead?
Vincent Price was Egghead.
Oh wow, I forgot
That
about
seems
that.
demeaning.
Yeah.
Like an actor of his stature to be giving Egghead.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't even get. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Before signing off, I will say, which is good anyway, because my dog just ate a whole bunch of cat litter, so let's deal with that.
Oh. Well, okay. All right. Well, thank you for joining me for clowns. I really appreciate it. You know, because I wasn't even sure how many people were going to show up. I thought it was just going to be me and Nicole sitting here going back and forth for like 15 minutes and be like, oh, well, I guess we're done now. You know, so
I did. Yeah, I never would have predicted the no shows, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like the Bacons are actual clowns.
Yeah.
I mean, in the best way. I mean, they portray clowns.
Right.
And then you have I don't know. I'm a little surprised by some of the no shows, but
Well, no,
Yeah,
everybody's.
wait.
Abby's doing. I can't remember what Abby was doing.
Abby has a visiting friend.
One of her best
all
friends
weekend.
Yeah, that's
flew
right.
in
That's right.
to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida.
And Mike said he was in Long Island, and
Yeah,
Vegas.
which-
Paul went to Clarion with his wife's family.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
having a great time, let me tell you.
And Don was sick and couldn't speak, so it didn't make a lot of sense for him to come on. Yeah, so just the way it went. So I appreciate it. Love you guys.
Love
Thanks
you too.
for the Joker talk. And anybody who watched, thank you too.